I think we're live, baby. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wild day after yesterday. You ended with some hope that there was going to be some tariff reprieve this morning. Lutnick cleared it up. Automakers are doing good, but generally we are still in the tariff volatility, waiting for ISM services. And then after we get after we get that, we're probably going to go back to the volatility all week. So a lot of people are talking about everything with the dollar, euro, and yeah, Germany, they pretty much issued stimulus or big spending for the first time since like 1994. So their rates went up, the euro's moving, they've already been going crazy, so we'll see. Trump slams door on Arab plan for Gaza with resorts. Oh, so there you go. Wait, that's good. Oh, I thought I read it as, Arab. I was like, wait, Saudi? Yeah, no more Gaza Lago. Scheinbaum and Lutnick see agreement. Trump will decide on tariff. That's coming out right now. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 4 minutes. We already did the pledge. Shout out to the veterans, baby. But you're here right now. We're waiting. I need to go pee eventually. I'm going to be watching HII, LMT, LHX, EWG, Germany. Watch banks as well. I think that's going to be a big deal. Watch the staples if we get volatility. NVO got big news on that Wegovy cheap offering. Ford, Toyota, Tesla, and then Albertsons as a staple who also has news today. But those are what I'm going to be watching. You're here right now. Chattadonia, what is your first play of the day? Post it in the chat. Let's go. Hood puts, sitting on hands, Beto, DAX calls, MSTR, Mara calls, free SPY put, Tesla, good morning, SPY calls, MSTR, what up, AKN, Trump long, Palantir call, long XRP, good luck, long the video, waiting for SPY puts, Baba calls above 135, 5-year OK, oil SPY call, deposit money for the long term, final QS, just watching, BTCT, shorting gold, CVX, 140, short Robinhood, looking at some SPY for a short-term play, watching TLT call, watching for GIS, Tesla, Bitcoin, Broadcom, adding to the long term, calls on America, Coinbase, NVIDIA, and the final plays. TLT calls, long NUE. How dare you short Robinhood, get a long term. And the MES, baby. Let's go. USA, 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 USA. I always love that, man. You have no idea. You have no idea, bro. You have no idea. There you go. So, Chattadonia, I think we're locked and loaded. We got about 2 minutes. Again, I already told you my plays here. I just sadly think we're going to be dealing with volatility. I mean, people wanted that Lutnick comment to kind of be the Trump leak. Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of pretty pictures, actually. So, you guys got to like the video. I'll just show you this one. I have like 3 other ones. But, yeah, so we are pretty much almost following exactly as Trump 1.0. So this was the first time in 2018, 2019. So at the end of the day, we're still kind of playing along. We'll wait for the updates. And that's what people were hoping last night was like the good news leak like we saw in 2018. But the way Lutnick came out today, I don't think that was the case. So we will find out here. But I got a couple more pretty pictures. We got about 1 minute. I need you to like the video. It's good for your soul. It's good for the video, but until then, the wire will be disappearing. Thank you for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty, what a speech, baby. I had fun. I hope you liked the commentary. That was great, very exciting, fun for the whole family, unless your family is extremely liberal. But still, it was great. It was very, very good, man. It was very, very good. So, Chattadonia, get ready. You got 1 minute. I need to go pee, but nothing. I'm going to just let it play. I'll be right back. You'll figure it out. I believe in you. I'm in a coat. Hey. Oh, man. All right, you got 1 minute, bro. You better hurry. I'm trying to hurry. I said I need to not yell at you. I need a woosah. You guys don't hear it, right? You don't hear me peeing. Yesterday you heard me pee. And you were like, that's a really good microphone. I'm like, Maybe you got good headphones. Oh, man. All right. I'm almost done. Go, 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 go. All right, perfect. Perfect. 10 seconds, baby. You heard it? Oh.
The next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for the...
All righty. 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight. All righty. So, be on the lookout. You're going to get some type of move pretty much until you get to the ISM services in a little bit. China was good, but most of it was like expected. It really wasn't anything new, but I'm excited that people didn't get underwhelmed. But yeah, China was generally good. So HII, they were up a lot more yesterday. Watch the shipbuilders. Again, all the automakers, based off of Lutnick's comments this morning, they all did good. So TLT calls are holding UNH from yesterday. Old K-Webs are still up. Those are moving. Intel. All right. Palantir dump. Wait, this is on the 1 day. So again, watch the levels. You're pretty much near the low of yesterday. Again, I'm going to be looking at some of those defense names. They moved a lot. Actually, the option chain's not open on some of them. Good morning, ASML. Oh, those moved? My chain isn't open. Hims dumping. Oh, NVO. So watch out for that. Damn. Meta's up too, but last time pretty much Eli Lilly, when they did the same news, they went up like 9%. So it's already had a nice rally this week. So we'll see, baby. Finger to the sky. Tell them. Amen. And then, yeah, Tesla, Toyota, Ford, anybody that is compliant already with the USMCA, I believe. Damn, GM was doing a lot better. Damn, Toyota's the one that's killing it. They're up 5. I don't know if they had earnings or not. Apple, SPY is about to go red. So right now, I mean, Russell is the only one red. Dow is barely hanging on. And then SPY and NASDAQ are barely green. But SPY is doing, or NASDAQ's doing the best. Damn, oil's at 66, down 2.5. And then Germany, biggest jump on yields since 1990. Ay. The yen's going up. All the currencies, again, pound, euro. That is all off of the German stuff. And then bonds going. Chad says chips are dying. Intel, huge red. NVO coming down. Unity on the high. Again, Russell, the only one in the red. Watch what we get as a leader or not. Intel, I wouldn't call that a huge red, but they are selling. I think all the chips are there. Yeah, he didn't sound too good about Intel yesterday. UNH, German 10-year. Again, largest jump since 1990. So EWG and Euro, yeah, that's already moving off that. It's already going to get in the way of the dollar as well. Yeah, dude, NVIDIA, bro, like remember last night? I was saying, I don't know if those like 24-hour stock market moves, I don't know if they hold. Because remember, NVIDIA was at like 120 last night, just after those statements. Yeah, energy's down 2 point something. That's not small. Literally, bro. Oil's at 66. That's kind of wild. And then Humana, Watch of Healthcare, Staples. They're actually doing good right now, so see where that leads us. Tesla on the high again. That's a U.S. automaker. They're barely up, though. Again, GM and Ford are doing a lot better pre-market. Again, Toyota, that's the only automaker that's like holding that gain from the morning. MP Dubs is climbing again. Philip Morris, watch if Philip Morris and MO do that. There's one more. There's a biotech buyout. Let's see, L3. L3 came down. Again, even LMT. LMT was up 10, $20. So none of those held. Yeah, dollar is down a lot. You had all those currency moves, and again, that move in Germany, it's boosting up the euro, so that's going to hurt the dollar. Again, even the yen's climbing. Yeah, ISM services is going to be big. Or at least I think that'll give you the final pretty much set of direction on the day. Yeah, 10 years holding on, but we are still in the range pretty much of yesterday. It's good that it didn't go lower, but again, depending on this data here, you did have bad ADP data. The ADP data came in like half of the expectation, so that wasn't good. SPY working its way up right now. Let's see, any of the SPY premiums are worked. There's actually one call holding up, but that's gone. Good morning. ISM affects the bonds. Same way that it has. I mean, don't use this as like a permanent explanation because sometimes it changes depending on what we're dealing with. And right now, you have rate cut odds moving a lot, but essentially bad data will make the bonds catch a bid. TLT will go up, and then vice versa. But people are really, really picking apart economic data in the last 2 weeks. People are worried. Stagflation. You don't want to see activity go down. You don't want to see inflation go up. That's literally stagflation. And the best way to look at it, ISM manufacturing on Monday, that gave you a little bit of a hint of what to expect. ADM on the high. Let's see. Check again more of the value plays. They're all going up, actually. I don't know. I think we got one more. Yeah, staples are all climbing. SPY, it's doing its little morning dance. And then again, chips are getting worked. So literally, I mean, you're bouncing between 5,800 and 5,788. So, like, take a look at this. That's on the futures, so let me throw up the SPX. But even the futures are pretty wild. But, yeah, you're pretty much right below 5,800 down to, like, the mid-57. So, keep that in mind. Anywhere, like I told you, if we really start to flush, if that data is bad, there's a lot of lows. Yeah, staples are doing good and healthcare, so keep those in mind. XLP, traders trim wagers on ECB. Oh, there's Target. They're down from the earnings. Hype, what up, BC? Good morning. IRM. I mean, watch if REITs go up. Again, MPW now finally moving after those couple of days. Let's see. Calum, what up, baby? Tesla Reds. You said huge, but I'll say I don't know. Kinda, yeah, actually 273 to 269. And then Nvidia. So watch out. You got volatility indexes on the high, SPY going lower, bonds breaking out too. SPY red. It's dancing. NASDAQ's red, though. That was leading. And then take note, the Dow is up. So literally in the first 10 minutes right now, you've already rotated a little bit. NASDAQ was the leader in the SPY. Now all of it, and then the Dow is red. Now all of a sudden the Dow is in the green, and then everything else has just flipped red. Keep that in mind. Okay, SPY dancing. Myrna. Oh, there was I think it was related to Lutnick or some of the comments. There was something. I read it this morning. Again, you're getting ECB headlines on rate cuts. Market might be waiting for the data. Again, we were very bad yesterday. You had that rally. People wanted that Lutnick rumor to kind of be a positive leak, and then he kind of clarified it this morning. So we are waiting for the data, but like we've been talking about the last 2 days on the watch list, these candles are going to be massive, and that's going to be the difficult part here. I don't know if we'll necessarily advance or decline, but you know, the last couple of days you've been moving like 2 to 4%, even if not more round trip. So I think be ready for anything. So AKA the market could stay pinned, or it could move 1% ahead of the data if it really wanted to and then come right back down. So yeah, get ready. Top of the hour. You got 20 minutes. Intel pop. Apple on the low. Intel trying to work its way up, only down 1. Wait till any of the chips go up. There's GM now. So automakers are climbing back. They gave you a little bit of a pullback there in the morning, and now they're starting to move. Even Tesla. Will that work? Let's see. German court rules in favor of Moderna patent lawsuit against BioNTech and Pfizer. That's coming out now. Whoever just asked about that, I just saw that on the wire. You're buying your third rental this year? Let's go, baby. I love it. Grow those long terms, man. Real estate is your long term as well. Bro, that deal from yesterday is still tripping me out. Carson and Ian, good work, man. Is oil still down? Yeah, oil's down 2.5. Look at that. So again, bro, you just shot up 2 points on the SPY out of nowhere. That's what I'm saying. That's literally you just moved 0.6 in 3 minutes ahead of the data. So like I'm telling you, don't be just get ready for anything on this. It could be either ahead of the data or not, but the range, the candles are so wide, you can move a lot without anything happening. That's what we were talking about in terms of like real volatility here. So watch Tesla. Again, Tesla's a U.S. automaker. Everybody else is doing good. HIMS is coming back up. They sold off the NVO news. NVO might even go back up there too. No data leak. You only got 18 minutes. Just remember, I mean, the move yesterday, you guys, absolutely wicked. Like, you're just in the middle of all this. So there's Tesla breaking out. I like Tesla. I was just looking at plays. They moved up. Honestly, look at some of the Tesla calls if you want. I don't think it's the worst. I'm just going to hold off. Because every other automaker is up 4% now after that little pullback. And then again, they've gone through a nice little get beat. They got the beat down. The rental, just make sure they meet the qualifications and have a high standard. But that's why I let the rental company do it so I don't get sued in reality. But yeah, just have a high standard for rents, or like, you know, deposit, credit, make no exceptions, and you'll be good. 5 year on, dude, oil's dumping. But then again, it's good. And then even the bonds, man, like, you know, I don't know if that was a good time to bring it up, but in a weird way, Trump, the market, they don't give a fuck about it, but, well, maybe you might think that with the volatility, but just keep in mind those bonds and what the bonds have done in the last 2 months, plus oil going down, that is very good for the macro. That's why I'm like, come on. What price would I consider HIMS? I would consider HIMS once my hair grows back. So I don't think it'll ever happen. So, but if that does happen and I regrow my hairline, I will buy HIMS in the long term. Until then, I'll stick with NVO. MP dubs coming down. Intel, right back down. So again, your range right now is about 0.5%. From where you are now to that low, you can move 0.5%. So keep that in mind. We got 15 minutes. So you're either going to move another 0.5% up, and that'll be that 1% move, or you come down. Notice the bronze kind of front running it, although it's matched up. Oh, S&P Services. Don't get fooled. S&P Services just came out PMI. That is not the ism. So remember, this happened on Monday too, but that came in 51 versus 49.7, and then composite 51.6 versus 50.4. Crowd on the low. Yeah, UNH, that one play, that snake from yesterday, I believe it is still up. It just has a wide spread. Okay, bonds coming down a little bit. High ticker's still kind of active, so you're holding, but that S&P PMI, you moved a little bit more on that. But yeah, that's not the right data. That usually happens. People are like, oh, it's out, and then you get a reaction for a little bit, but again, you'll notice the difference in 15 minutes. Yo, oil's still flushing. That's crazy. Oil's about to go 3. So again, short term, that has implications, but even then, midterm, long term, that's great. Still holding near the high. YouTube launches $7.99 premium light subscription in US. New paid tier $6 less than Google Premium. Removes ads except for music. Do you need guidance? Does it make sense to hold Fubo and Disney in the long term? I mean, it doesn't matter, my brother. It's the long term. That's like you're asking me, you just married 2 girls, and now you're like, Josh, is it right or wrong if I have more than one wife? And I'm like, it doesn't matter what I tell you now. You're already married twice. So again, you can't change for 10 years minimum. So I would focus more on thinking about how to diversify. I would think about how to, put your future capital to work in a good way. I think all of those things would be a better use of your mental energy rather than thinking about what to sell. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I really hope it does, brother. Man, I'm mad. I got a bond play going up, but then I'm like, damn it. Those TLTs from yesterday are up, but then it's like, you have the data. How much can I get? Nice. My E-Trade won't work. Yeah, Pfizer's on the high. Please hold. The Europe is both big, but it could be like really good or really bad. It's actually very odd because, again, they haven't spent money like that and raised debt in a while. So it's going to have a lot of spending effects, but then that also, maybe it goes full Liz Truss, and then people get a little bit weird. Would you say Fidelity is a better brokerage than Robinhood? Yeah, I think for long term, it's been very good. I mean, I haven't had any problems with Fidelity. I don't think I've used them long enough to have those problems, but so far everything has been very, very smooth. Yeah, it didn't go good last time when Germany did it. But again, you got to think of like the spending effects and all of that. It's a very interesting topic. Damn it. So by the time I reset the E-Trade, those TLTs already changed. But if I could have made them free, I would have. Oh yeah, those other MPWs are still up 200%. Damn. Jake from State Farm, baby. Good morning. Yeah, I don't like Fidelity. I've heard Fidelity's bad at trading, but I only use it for long term. And long term, it's fucking phenomenal. I have no problems. Good morning, you blissful souls, baby. Hey, man, tell them. How you doing, Jake? You living good, man? And then we got 10 minutes till data. So wait for that Bank of England on rate cuts. They're talking about it. Got K-Web. Everybody in the TFT. Yeah, they have a trading pro on Fidelity. Again, I have it on my computer. I could show you guys in a little bit. I haven't logged in a minute, actually. So again, SPY, you're just, like I told you, that 0.5% is your range for now. So keep that in mind. Everything has gone green, and now the Russell is starting to take over a little bit. I think that's a very interesting development. So again, right now, you got Russell and small caps kind of trying to lead the way. That is different. And now the Dow is still the leader after that flip. So whatever the data says, whatever type of movement we get, I would watch the staples and the value and see if we actually get a real leader following the data. I think that's going to be important. Very interesting. NEM materials still going up too. Where is it? Fidelity. Yeah, Active Trader Pro. I haven't logged in this thing in a minute. I just like the website. SPY going up. HIM's on the high again. NVO, they were down on the other stuff. Unsupported version. Click cancel. Okay. Oh, I got to download the new one, bro. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. I got to, like, install shit. Oh, yeah, bro. I don't know. All right, I'm going to do this later. I'm over it. Monty. Well, yo, Monty. Long term and 10%, baby. That's all that's it. Tell your dad, long term 10% every day. And give him a hug. Your dad's the man, bro. That's it. That's why he knows. He knows. Monty. MO on the low. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-bop-bop-bop. Oh, I do have those K-Webs. Honestly, we might need to get rid of them. Those expire. But they're going to be in the money soon. Oof. Yeah, so I still have those, but... And then we still got the Mays. That sucks. They are up. Watch those K-Webs. But yeah, oh no. And then SPY chilling. We got 5 more minutes. So bonds are holding their bias towards the upside. Look at NASDAQ already flipped. Make it free. Make it free. Honestly, I'm just going to take the money. Dude, why won't my order? Dude, this is fucked up, E-Trade. I be trying to sell these and it's not letting me sell anything. It's a bullshit E-Trade. Yeah, I can't sell anything, bro. This is what happened last time, and I lost 50%. Yeah, every time I click anything, it's just generating order preview. Well, maybe it works out. Apple dying. Look at the VIX. I just restarted my E-Trade. Intel, yo, look at the VIX right now. You're going down. I'm going to do one more reset. Instructions unclear. Covering commissions. Thank you, Tim Whitman. We love you. We love you, baby. Tim Whitman. No, E-Trade, I still love them. Oil going lower. That's crazy. Bro, oil's down 3.1. Remember, last time, a couple months ago, when oil moved like 4% in a day, I freaked out. Or like it was 6%. But yeah, that's very, very big. Intel and other chips coming down. Yeah, the VIX has some very interesting moves already. So we'll see, but let me see if I could get out of one of these fucking plays. Thank you. All right. So I like it, but it's up a little bit. I'm just going to take it. I sold the K-Web. Again, we bought those in advance of the NPC. So we knew that, but that worked. Look at bonds and market. Yeah, you're starting to sell. I mean, dude, this is all, sadly, I think the range is like 0.5%, 1%. That's why I'm telling you, yeah, you got data in like 3 minutes, but this is still all just, it's very, very wide range with nothing could happen and you could get some real big moves. So be mindful of that. Be cautious and get ready. That's it. Your data. So the number you're looking for is going to be 52.7, but realistically that employment and prices, that'll be it. And just watch for like stagflation. You don't want to watch prices go up with economic activity going down. So like new orders going down and prices going higher, that market's going to vomit on that. I think, Habibi. And then, yo, if you got those TLTs, do what you need to. We made those pickups yesterday. You got an interesting opportunity because they are up 50% right now. Oof, tempting. Tempting. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make them free. I made it their weeklies. Oh, fuck you, E-Trade. Bro, why is it doing this? They're really fucking with me right now. Thank you. All right. TLTs from yesterday at close. I made free 50%. So you get to sell a little bit more. All right, get ready. 1 minute. This is going to be big, my friends. So, obviously, if the data doesn't pack a punch, then we'll be good. But if it does, that's where it's going to get a little crazy, and then this could potentially just set you up for the rest of the day. Bank of England, Bailey talking. The yen's killing it again with the euro moving as well. That's having an effect on global currencies. And there was comments of Bank of Japan and wage negotiations. So keep that in mind. And then, yeah, get ready. 30 seconds, baby. So like I said, be on the lookout for all of them. 51.7 or 52.7 prices. You don't want anything higher than 60. And then watch anything major on either end of the spectrum will cause a reaction. 15 seconds. Okay. And then SPY near the low of the day. Dow is the only one up. Russell gave up the performance. 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Ooh, bonds down. ISM services, where was it? 53.5. So came in hotter. Factory orders rocketed. Service activity beat 54.4. Employment was strong. New orders was strong. And prices were strong. Everything about it, bro. SPY might rip off of that. So ignore. Bonds are going to die a little bit. But long story short, that data looked nothing like it. Sell the TLTs. I'm going to get rid of the rest of those TLTs we just made free. They're like right near break even. So now I just took the rest of that and then look at SPY. Very simple. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Are those still down? All right. So I got rid of the other the TLT I just made free. They went down 50%. I just took the rest of the money because they went back to break even. And then I think SPY will be a little bullish off of that. Why? Because all of that data was really good. And again, you've only had bad data as of late. So let's see if we get a reaction, but don't force it. Just again, we are kind of jumpy. Yeah, that was just inflationary. That's the problem. But then again, it's good to see the economic activity hold up after everybody just freaked out. Okay. So I got me another play. Already sold the bonds. We could sell one of the other TLTs, but let's see how well they hold up. I don't think that'll kill the TLT forever, but just the momentum of it, and then you're going to need non-farms will be the only other catalyst for that. And then we got the K-Webs. We got rid of those. Five, all right. TLT is still very high. I had a good ride. I watched the SPY on this, like I'm saying, or what was it? The QQQ, actually. You guys told me to get some of those. I haven't looked at those. Oh, Ivan, the agent, baby. What up? How we living, man? Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know these ones as good, but let's try it. Okay, you're popping. I'm doing another play. So like I'm saying, I think in general, the data is just this little sigh of relief, but now you could run into it, and that one headline could kill it, if that makes any sense. So I don't know. It's good in the short term. I don't know if it's the best. Baba, China on the high. China's going up because of the NPC last night. The party, the National Congress, and they announced a 5% growth target, and then they did talk about like easing some property stuff. Although it was expected, the market took it as good. They didn't take it as one of those times where they're usually like, no, it's not good. It could have been this. It could have been that. Yo, call premiums are going up a little bit too much. So we will see. Still bullish. Damn, bro. I can't believe we're at 578. That's so wild. It's a very low price. Yeah, the German 10-year is because of that spending. I mean, it's the first time Germany has raised money like that in a while. Tesla going up. Canada fiscal space is quite ample to sustain AAA credit rating amid U.S. tariff crisis. S&P Global. So now call premiums just went up. Bro, SPY didn't move. Call premiums went up 30%. And then now, so watch out. The premiums are really, really doing a number. Just, again, the ISM data, this was what we were waiting for. It was all strong activity. I mean, long story short, so we'll see. But now you're still at the high of the day. China's still going better. K-Web all the way down to, like, even win. This doesn't make sense. I mean, don't look for it to make sense. This is what I was saying yesterday on the watch list. The market is wobbly. Like right now, it's the size of the candles. It's the chop. That's why, like, you could go down on a headline that makes sense. Maybe you'll go down on one that doesn't. And then even the littlest headline, it'll start to move. But the size of these candles, it's just wobbling. I don't see it as anything but that until we actually get out of the range. So just be careful of any 1-2 punch. That's why I'm saying this data, it's a little different, and it feeds into, it cools down some of what you've got all week, last 2 weeks. But like I'm saying here, all it takes is one headline to really change this. But generally, this could have added to the fear of the last couple of weeks. Imagine if that data was really bad, if it was stagflationary. So that was just a nice little cherry on top. Or I guess olive branch is what you could call it. June futures, I don't know. If you do go on TD, so go on TD, go to trade, go to the option chain like you're going to trade an option, type in the future, and then it'll be here. Click here and do all, and it will show you what every month is, both the symbol, how many dates, and you could see the volume and activity. Yeah, EWG is Germany. Okay, contracts are trying to move. They're leveling out. Bonds died. I should have sold my other TLT. They're still in the money. I should have grabbed a put. Tesla going up. But yeah, that's good, though. We played those TLTs from yesterday. Great. Because, again, we made them free right before, and then I sold out at break even. So that way we got to protect ourselves. All right, there's your breakout now. Let's see how long this lasts. 578. I can't believe that, bro. It's so low compared to where we were just at. But yeah, you're getting your first little breakout here. It's 0.5% all across the board. Everything, some a little bit more than other, but you're moving in tandem. So not too crazy, but to give you context, I mean, you're like, what, into power hour of yesterday? Bonds are coming back to where they were at in the morning. So, again, a couple of other things moving up here. TLT playing along is bullish. What do you mean? Just in general, that's what I said. This reaction, it makes sense. Bad for bonds, hotter inflation data, hotter activity. But other than that, Munchkin likes the idea of 10% tariffs across the board. Remember, he is no longer in office. But yeah. We'll see how wobbly the market is. Okay, I made one of my calls free right there. It only went up like 30%. I just sold most of them. Got free. All right. Oh, I still have the other ones too. Yeah, copper since yesterday. Again, what I forgot what it was. I think it was the rare earth comments he was saying yesterday. That was started moving during the State of the Union. Eli Lilly on the high. Microsoft might break out. Good ISM. I know. I think it eased up the stagflation narrative for sure. At the very least, you've just been bombarded with data that fell off a cliff. Even today, the ADP private payrolls was half the number. You know, that's why all of a sudden everybody went from, oh my God, we're worried about tariffs and inflation to, oh my God, we're worried about the economy falling off a cliff because of tariffs and people getting fired. So all of the economic surprise data, it was surprisingly bad in the last 2 weeks. Now, today, this was the first one that was like legit or that didn't show a major decline. However, the negative part about the ISM services, the prices went up. Tesla signs 5-year lease for showroom in India. NVO again, Eli Lilly was already moving up. Everything's still up a third now. Actually, NASDAQ slipping. Dow and Russell are your winners for now. Let's go long term. Long term's looking good. Everybody was buying. Yes, that's what I told you ahead of it. We had a lot of data. We documented it weeks and months in advance, but 1,000%. A lot of the data or a lot of the early inflation or data going up was people front-running the tariffs. I do agree with that wholeheartedly, and there is objective evidence towards that. AAL on the high and Baba. I still can't believe it, bro. Baba's like low-key climbing again. So it held up good. Where's Baidu? They're up, I think. So not bad. Oh, those SPY plays came down. Nice. The ones I just made free. I'm going to watch those. I am going to watch those. I think Trump is live talking gold. Could be a rerun. I don't see any comments from him, but you never know. Like the other day when they did the TSM, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when they did that TSM meeting, fire. None of that was pre-written. Or like you didn't have like reporters who were like privy to anything going on. I thought that was very fascinating. Airlines on the high. Munchkin, personally, I wouldn't invest in crypto. Bro, we need to get out of here. You're either going to get a nice little melt up or you're just going to get beaten. Making another play on that, and then I'll go one more. Mollywop. Okay, I'm positioning both ways. So I already got free SPY calls, and then I did another play, but I have both a up and downside play. So again, I'm trying to play the momentum, movement, volatility here on either direction, and then I'm thinking about, again, leading into Friday. But yeah, we'll see where it is. I mean, if it chops too much, that's the way we get killed. That's how, so if you go both ways right now and you're trying to go on both sides, that's how you're going to get damaged, is if it goes nowhere, right? But if we could get 1-2% up or down, you're going to be able to get profit off of that. So let's see. We'll see. We got one free play. Again, we made our TLTs Got some money on that. And the K-Web, again, we had those earlier in the week. Where's Pfizer? Pfizer, come on. Out the money to keep it cheap. Well, that's going to be relative. So, again, I hope you're using a balance that is relative to your long-term deposit. And I gave you guys a nice example. I showed one of those option plays, the ones I was eyeing, and it did a couple 100%. But I showed you guys the difference between if you bought the $9 one, you had limited downside, but when it moved in your direction, you only made 20%. The one that you would have spent $30, $40 on closer, if you bought it at the same moment we bought the other one, you made 400% or 500%. So cheap is relative, but at the end of the day, you got to really determine which one is going to be more important. Do you think the market, if you're more confident that the market's going to move, I would spend a little bit more and get closer to the money. If you're not, I would lower the risk, and then that way you'll make less, but then you don't, again, you're already near the floor. So it just all depends. Not a recommendation, but I think that's something we've been watching a lot of in real time, and I've been trying to point it out to you. And then again, you just remember the killer is the chop, and that's going to be the problem. I'm telling you, I'm even going both ways, but remember the downside of this market, it is the chop, this Trump chop. Until they make an easy headline, an easy development, you're going to get brutalized. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think it's appropriate. Pup premium is still high. Did you guys like the video? I have a lot of pretty pictures. And I have a newswire. I have a newswire that you can't get anywhere else. So I would love to share it with you, but we need to like the video. You have a press briefing. Pfizer getting volume. There's this SPY. Low ticker picking up. Okta again from yesterday. Microsoft's looking great. Even Apple, they're catching a small bit, but still in the red. Meta was doing good earlier. Bitcoin 88. Not bad. And then get ready. You're coming back down to the ISM level. Bonds are even climbing back up too, but essentially bonds are near the first level of the ISM sell-off. SPY is barely above it. Is Intel not America's baby no more? I don't think so. Again, just how Donald was talking about it. It was very, it seems like they like other ones. But we'll see. You never know. Maybe negotiation tactic. You're still thinking about the homie who got kicked out? Oh, dude. That was crazy. You guys know that's never happened before? It's that guy. We've watched him before. What's his name? Oh, I know his name, but... yeah, never has have they had to use like the guard to like forcibly remove somebody. Al Green, yeah. But he literally got removed from this. That's never happened before. It's funny because people are like, I heard they're like, he waved his cane. I'm like, what? Dude, I've not seen that many canes in one place ever. Watching the State of the Union, bro. I've never visually seen that many canes. I didn't know canes were like that popping. Like they're really popular. No, seriously. Like it's very popular. I was shocked. Oh! You should be shocked that the peach is still going. Are you kidding me? Horn Peach Nation, get your booty up. Wow. That's crazy. Bradley Frizzle, thank you. We got him at the peach. Bro, we had the peach at the inauguration, at the State of the Union. Y'all don't feel me, bro. Y'all don't feel me, man. Thank you, my friend. Exxon Golden Pass LNG permit gets extension approval. to Raising Cane's, right? No, dude, that was so weird. So weird. And then the people with the weird little signs. And then that's it, bro. I'm sad, bro. Like, I'm sad because I realized something yesterday. I can't tell none of my Democrat friends. I can't tell them no happy story. That's what I learned yesterday. I don't even, like, honestly, it makes a lot of sense now. I've never seen, bro, Nancy, there was, like, all these, like, heartwarming stories, and Trump's, like, doing this stuff for people who have gone through, like, pretty extraordinary things, bro, and they just pissed. And I'm like, oh, man. They couldn't even, like, clap for the kid with cancer. And I was like, what? I was like, come on. So, yeah, now I'm like, okay, I know. I never I'm sharing no good news, bad news. I don't just, Yeah, bro. It was like kind of funny, but very sad. I was like, why are they not clapping? Why are they so mad? Pfizer again, spike coming down. Like I said, that 0.5% range. Sadly, if we hit this low and bounce up, it's going to kill all the premium, and then we all lose. Secretary of State Rubio announces visa restriction applying to foreign government officials and others believed to be responsible for facilitating illegal immigration. That sounds kind of bearish. So now they're going to even restrict visas of people who are helping illegal immigration. So I don't, again, tie that into Mexico, all that, the tariffs. What does that say about relations? All right, spot going lower. Apple dump. Again, I don't know if that's like negative. Are you hearing me? So, like, if they are expanding immigration stuff and, like, you know, what does that say about tariffs and all the other? Apple is dropping big. So watch now. What should you be looking for? See if staples end up holding up. Notice, that's just Apple and a couple of others right now. What time is it? It's 10:30. Let me get you an update. Check up. So Dow Jones, 18 green, 11 in the red. NASDAQ, 47 green, 54 in the red. 296 green on the SPY, 206 on the red. Dude, it's 50-50 practically. Your neighbors scare you to death. They're fighting and it feels like World War. Well, let me give you the best piece of advice. Avoid them. Okay? Just stay out of it. Try to call the cops anonymously. Otherwise, stay out of it. That's it. Because they will drag you in it and then you'll get clapped. Pepsi, slow climb. You guys, I'm only saying that because Chad has shared with me some of the wildest, like, neighbor roommate stories. And it makes sense because, like, some of you guys are, like, all of you are stock traders. You have a very specific personality. And, like, some of y'all get into beef with people like that. Some of you are, like, in a war with your neighbors. And it's, like, wild. And I get it, though, because you're like, well, I'm not going to take that. And then you get really, like, you guys both get petty about it. So be careful. Just be careful. Okay, there's your popper. That Mexico headline, you could assume negative or not. I think the real movement is ISM. So watch this range. We might just dance around, though. But so far, after an hour, we are unchanged. I mean, usually now, what time is it? So give it like another 30 minutes, 40 minutes. This is usually where we pick a direction, or at least the last couple days of volatility where you've sold off. So we'll find out. Yeah, that killed all the premiums, and then it didn't raise the puts as much. That's what I was saying. We get killed if it just stays in the middle. Moves are about 0.5%, 0.6. Same range from before the data, same after. Bonds are stabilizing a little bit. Again, Germany is still probably the biggest story of the day. And then oil's still down 3. Bitcoin starting to come down. And all the currency's still up there. See if that flips. Oh, yeah, where's the loonie? Loonie. Yeah, Canada's not doing that bad. Canada won't end tariffs unless all U.S. tariffs are listed or are lifted. Official. Coming out now. So Canada wants all tariffs gone. T-Mobile on the low. Canada. Canada's interesting. Trump and Trudeau are scheduled to speak this morning. So that could be good, but now you also have the negative headline, one good, one bad. So again, no real reaction yet, but you're getting Trump-Canada headlines if there is going to be a move. That's live. That's coming out now. At least I got the first one. Canada saying they don't want to lift tariffs, or they won't end them until all tariffs are lifted. And then now they're saying Trump. We heard that yesterday. Again, that's what Lutnick was saying. We are going to hear something about Canada and Mexico, and that's where the automakers are going to come into play. So that's why they're all up this morning. But yeah. Or just dancing at the ISM level. Honestly, maybe if the bonds move or currencies, but for now, equities might be in their own world. I even think you could even go down 0.6, and I think we're going to still be in a range. You're like hitting break even, up 0.5, down 0.5. So just watch out for that. But things are starting to move a little bit. High ticker has less names, a couple volatility ones. Low ticker more active. AVAV on the high. I think they had news or earnings today. 2,000. We're almost there. I got a lot of pretty pictures for you too. So check it out. Why'd I say keep an eye on LMT? I think you've actually brought up LMT more than I have today, according to your chat facts. But I said that because Trump announced stuff yesterday related to defense, and then Germany just raised $500 billion, first time since like 1990, and it's for defense spending. So you had the Trump announcements on defense, and then this one with Germany this morning. SPY going lower. I know premiums are getting clapped. It sucks because you're not moving on that. U.S. holding secret talks with Hamas on Gaza hostages. Axios coming out now. Secret talks with Hamas. Hey, yo, where's Bowen? Bonds are going down. Struggling to make a discerning decision on the type of stocks to put in your Roth. Only good ones. I think it's a very easy decision, especially for your retirement. It should be stocks that are of the highest quality, like names that you know and use on a very active basis. Not even like you don't even want to get pure value. You just want the names that are really good. And that are, responsible for a lot of this country, and that are, they generate most of the money in this country. how many likes for a quality tier list. I mean, you know the names, you guys. I'm telling you. Like, even what I've seen recently, the problem is when you just start talking, it's just like kind of the philo. It's when you change your mind. And it's like, that's the thing. Like, you guys don't notice it. And like every time people like ask, imagine how many attempts people have made to even change my mind, whether they do it on purpose or not. You know, you got to really think about it. It's just like, dude, you know what is a good name or not. The problem, something just came out. Oil numbers, distillates, 3.6 million on crude oil. Estimate was 800,000. Oil should dump on that. I don't have the rest of the data, or I don't know the estimates. Crude oil, 1.1 million. Estimate was 1.2 previous. Crude oil, 3.6 million. Estimate was 800,000. Gasoline, minus 1.4 million. Estimate was minus 750,000. Distillate inventory, minus 1.3 million. Estimate was gain of 1.5 million. So draw on gasoline and distillates. And then crude oil inventory beat by a lot. Again, bonds getting a little bit of volume. SPY still just flirting with the ISM level. But yeah, like I was saying, just what I've just seen in the long term is like I've seen people go down the rabbit hole. They start reading too many articles. Somebody gives them an idea. And before you know it, it's like we go from looking at names like JP Morgan and, you know, Netflix and just Procter Gamble, Walmart, McDonald's, right? All the biggest companies in the world. And then now we're talking about little companies that just might come out of nowhere. Like maybe they're working on this and that's the stuff you avoid in your Roth, you know? That's why I'm saying just keep it very simple. Just big names, like look at the Dow for crying out loud, and then don't grab the ones that are like down on the 10-year on the Dow. But, you know, there's names that are really important to the economy in the world and America, and you probably enrich those companies. That's a good place to start. I don't own any Berkshire, no. On the bogglehead mindset in a basic 3-fund portfolio, I don't know the bogglehead mindset, so I hope you're not promoting something. But basic 3 funds, I'm not the biggest fan of that. If you wanted to go, you could always get ETF. You get the basic bond, SPY exposure and do your thing. But I like a la carte. But if you don't have the discipline, if you're going to buy dog shit plays, then yeah, I would rather do that. But I'm a big fan of FIRE. That's the thing I really like. I like high savings, high dividend, aggressive savings, aggressive reinvestment so that you can retire very early with good dividends. Intel dragging SMH. Where's NVIDIA? Wants you to buy bond funds. I think if you don't have the discipline, like for real, if you have tried the long term for a couple years and you don't buy good plays and then you gamble, like, yeah, go do that. Like, go buy the SPY and make your life easier. Go buy these funds and call it a day. But it all depends. You're moving up. Again, latest talk 5-6 minutes ago, Canada and Trump. And then, again, they're saying they want all tariffs lifted. It didn't sound good. But that's the only thing you're moving on. That was 5-6 minutes ago. ISM Miller Employment Index, 12-month average trending downward. PMI more stable, points to sustained growth. Yeah, a couple names had some pops, but they're really chill. I think Dell was up. Watch bonds if they flush lower. Let's see. It's again right now the bonds are correlated with the market. Everything's down like 0.4. Actually, bonds are doing way worse than the SPY. But see if they kind of do inverse or not. Is member only? No, you can watch if you're not a member, but you can't chat. Philo, you can't watch unless you're a member. Friday, non-farm. I don't think it's scary, but I think it'll be volatile. I think we're going to have big ranges. And like I'm saying, I hope the data is easy and clear cut. Otherwise, it unfortunately, you might be moving, these 3-4% days to end up going nowhere. I could read you, man. What's up, Andy? Good morning. All right, SPY's still holding, but this is all just robbing us of premium. China's still going up. Bro, K-Web, I think, is still hitting. We should have held that. Those are about to be in the money. So, again, we had that play. Went up 100%. Not bad. We still got old K-Webs that are green, too, but let those ride. Can I take you higher? Is that a Kanye song? Can we get much higher? Oh. Yeah, Baba's still going. Watch Microsoft China. See anything from big tech to China, and then watch what a value does. Staples and all of those. Because they're coming down. Remember, Dow, though, best case scenario, everything goes up or everything goes down. I would like to see real risk on or real risk off. It does kind of feel like October. Feels like October, but then again, without a doubt, this is why, like the video, I got a lot of pretty pictures to show you. But although... And remember, I have the chart that shows you the differences between like 2018 and now. But when you look at the S&P, so far, we are following the market moves of Trump 1.0. So it's kind of odd. But yeah, that is playing out how it is. Yeah, K-Web on fire. If you got those still, GG's, baby. Money. Not to mention your long-term. Bro, I love the long term. And again, so Chad, after yesterday, literally last week, Carson hits me up in the chat, and he's like, Josh, I'm finally ready to get a house. 5 days later, he is under contract, and he is getting a house. They are paying him to take the keys. So hear me out. If you're a Chad with a long term, and you have a job, and you have stable employment, and you have had stable employment, go look if you live in an area with a USDA loan. And if you do, you should email me right away. I think, because I'm telling you, that deal blew my mind yesterday. I'm telling you, he got that. Get a house. Yeah, if you're in South Carolina, bro, you could pull it. He did it, bro. I'm telling you. He literally got 4% interest, 0 down. They are literally paying him $2,000 to get that. No, this has nothing to do with 09. If you guys, I don't want to be mean to any of you. So if you are just not going to understand the situation and misrepresent it, I'm going to clap you. Does that make sense? Why? Because I am trying to help people, and the fact that being educated has already helped the Chad take leaps and bounds. So if you're going to compare this to a lot of trash, I'm not going to accept that. Okay? Because I didn't expect this to happen. Thank God he had Ian, and Ian put him on to the loan. It was a new builder. And he was employed. Like I told y'all, I give you the worst case scenario, but if there's a best case scenario, that was it. So, like I'm saying, this was just, if there's certain loans out there, if it works for you right now, I would reach out, especially if you already have the long term in a job. I'm just saying, he got paid money to take that house because every factor worked in his favor. All right, SPY back up, baby. SPY back up. Yeah, it depends. That one was just the type of loan. It was a new build, and he had good employment. So everything worked out. You see what I'm saying? Like, that was it. It just worked out. He had the right area for the right loan. It was a new build, so they could have offered him low money on the rates. And then his job, the credit, everything was easier rather than harder. You say JP Morgan was not I know JP Morgan is a good play. Not right now, but again, I mean, JP Morgan for a whole year traded between 120 and 100 for years. It's like, why wouldn't you buy it then? And that's what I'm saying. But that's like maybe in the future if it comes down, that's a quality name though, right? Like, let me put it this way. JP Morgan versus any other financial company you could think about. You get what I'm saying? One of those names you know, and you know it's one of the best in the world. The other is just probably you read an article or you're thinking it's going to do this or do that. Meanwhile, one of them is the dominant leader, the lion of the jungle. And that's what I mean for your long-term. Go with those behemoths. Go with the names that are very, very solid. And if those meet the price and everything, even if they don't, especially if you're, maybe you could start at a bad price, but at the end of the day, every portfolio you're going to need an anchor with a good quality name. And that's what I want you to think about. Like most stocks that do really good, you know about them. You understand? Most of you, every name in my portfolio that's killing it, with or without you knowing about the stock market, I promise you already knew about them. If you tell anybody with no financial knowledge, do you know JP Morgan? Most people would nod their head. The biggest gainer in our portfolio is Facebook, Meta. Do all of you know what Instagram is? Right? If I said, go walk in the street and ask somebody what Uber is. Ask them what they think about literally Botox. These are all the names that have killed it for us. So just easy. But that's why I'm saying you want the big, powerful names. Man, I thought Microsoft was Tesla. Brent crude falls more than 2 after EIA data. The USDA loan. I'm just saying there's other loans available depending on the area, but I didn't know that they're giving out some of these USDA loans in cities, in good cities. So if you get lucky and that works, I mean, I would look into it, man. All I'm saying is my goal was worst case, I wanted Chads to use half of their long term. That way you had a long term and a house by the end of the year. But now you mean to tell me you could walk away with never touching the long term and the house? I'm down with it. Again, you got a little red. Bonds are the real victim right now. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That's the thing that keeps selling right here. What the hell? Am I reading this right? So everywhere that's not shaded is eligible. That's crazy. So yeah, dude, you could get this almost anywhere. Holy fuck. So yeah, if it's not shaded, you're eligible. So you can't buy it in the cities. That's what I was telling you. Where's South Carolina? See, you can't buy, I don't think in Charleston or Columbus, but right outside on some of these places, you could buy them. Navarro, Trudeau should tone it down. Yeah. That's coming across the wire right now. Where is he talking? He's usually on CNBC. What about Florida? I don't know. Email me at tradingfraternity@gmail.com. And then I am going to, I'm going to pretty much refer you in. We have a process to putting you in touch with the cold agents. Auction properties, I mean, I look at them, but usually it just really depends, but I haven't in a while. I try to get them off market before. I try to snake the auction, but then usually auctions, again, it just all depends on the demand in the area. They're not always the best deals, but lately I've been noticing a lot of auctions that are not, like, they're not cash only anymore, which I think is very fascinating. Okay, Spy still dancing around. Baba, Futu, China, still on the high. Bonds are the loser. We got like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. We should start to pick a direction. Otherwise, you kind of stayed very, very pinned all day. Let's get it. A lot of you just emailed me. I need to check Florida. I told you I have a guy trying to buy a shit ton in Miami, but he only wants off market. I need Florida. Florida has 0 USDA. You can't. You have to go like outside. So like outside of Sarasota, nowhere in Miami. No. Yeah, you're out of luck. NFE, 10-year gilt on track for biggest daily rise since 2024. All right, SPY moving around a little bit. Watch China. That one's kind of getting important. They're actually holding still. Very, very good. All right, let's see. You have Navarro comments.
About that. And of course,
we're talking Germany. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Follow me on Instagram. Real Cold News on Twitter. 15% can be alternatives.
And so that allows everyday participants through our general account to have access to alternatives, to have access to real estate, infrastructure, farmland, et cetera, PE in a very safe way to generate more alpha for them. But the most important thing is that for us, it is liability driven. We want to make sure that we're investing in a way that will give them the performance and accumulation, but give them the confidence and decum that they will have income that they won't outlive and that we will be there for them.
Going back to the crisis, something that you proposed in an op-ed you wrote a couple weeks ago for the New York Times is more of a public-private partnership, more engagement with policymakers in the face of this crisis. Yeah. Here we are a few weeks into a new administration, a new Congress. How optimistic are you both about the appetite for that by the new president, by that Congress, and the level of engagement that we've seen so far on in retirement issues?
Yeah, the good news is when you're talking about retirement, it doesn't matter if you are in rural America, urban, suburban. It's not a blue state. It's not a red state issue. It absolutely is an American issue that we can all relate to. And so I am optimistic. And the reason why I'm optimistic is that the policy that we have been able to achieve over many years as an industry have been bipartisan. It did not matter who was in office. It did not matter what the ratios were between Democrats and Republicans. It was an issue that everyone came together on. And so I'm looking forward to us continuing to tell the story about how important retirement security is. I'm excited about some of the progress we've made with the Secure Act to make it easier for people to have access to retirement. And so that conversation will continue. We're looking forward to engaging with the new administration and talking about how do we continue to make sure that more Americans can have access to a secure retirement, and how do we make sure that by doing that, that can put less burden on Social Security. By doing that, that puts more money to work so that the caregivers, children are not having to carry that burden. And so I do think that it will continue to be a bipartisan issue, and it is so important. We cannot close this retirement gap without private-public partnership. We have to have good policy. And we have to make sure that we in the private sector are doing our part to educate our employees, to make sure that the plans are designed so that people can have access no matter where they are within their employee base, whether they're senior executives or the people that are on the front line or working in the mailroom. Having plans that are designed in a way where you have education, in a way that it has exposure to equities, bonds, and insurance, and having great policy so that more people can have access, to me, is the job to be done.
Chewy
and
pop.
It is something that has to be done in both private and public sector.
Bro, what percentage is that?
You're navigating
it's up 3.4.
this moment, and you and I last spoke, it was a few years back during COVID. I did a piece on Black Wall Street and the Tulsa Race Massacre, and I asked you just about the long legacy of that, and we got to talking about DEI, got to talking about how you prioritize that within the company. I think you said it was a cornerstone of what TIA has done. You, I'm sure, have paid attention to the recent conversation about that. Has it changed notionally the way that your company
Dom H.
approaches
short
these
report.
issues?
I don't know what's going on with Chewy.
Have, in light of this increased scrutiny, step back from some of the commitments they've made before?
And then Japan
I'll
NEC
speak
supplies
to it through the lens of
5G.
TIA and through the lens of me being a CEO. You know, I think that for us, our values are very clear. You know, and our values go back well over 100 years. And that will continue to remain. I've always said that talent is created equally, opportunity is not. And so if the objective is to continue a pursuit towards meritocracy, knowing that we started with exclusionary practices and not having everyone have access to
Okay,
corporate
SPY
America.
still.
If the
Navarro,
objective
when
is
we
excellence,
trade, we have
if
competition,
the
not
objective
allies.
is to make sure that we can cast the widest net across our country to attract the very best talent, to develop that talent, and to make sure that that talent stays.
Yeah, that ISM,
then
bro,
the
it just
outcome
really,
will
that's,
continue to
this
be a
range
diverse
is big
workforce.
enough, but like we
Because
said, the
I
only
do
way you're
believe
going to
that
get killed
talent
today is going to
there.
be chopped.
And so for us,
And
we
so
will
far, it
absolutely
is
comply
chopping.
with every
I don't know
law,
what's going on
every
with Chewy.
regulation to the highest
Just
standard.
3% pop.
And we also realize that
But you need
there
that
is
to
a need
continue
for
if it's
more
gonna
talent.
materialize.
We also recognize that there are jobs to be done across our workplace to make sure that everyone feels that they can have access. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. And so when I think about the
Okay, thank you. She means everyone. Baba and K-Web still. Yeah, I don't see any news on Chewy yet. Fourth quarter conference call? No. Yeah, they scheduled their earnings, but that's how they. JD again. SPY, unfortunately, is clapping it. Andrew Tate posted a crypto. Be careful. Do you know he scams a lot on there? So I wouldn't view it as that until there's I don't even know, man. The president of Argentina even scammed us. So yeah, be careful. Unlike Columbus or Indianapolis, we build outside of the city, then annex it afterwards. I'm not following. Ryan Brock. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, I still don't see anything on Chewy, but it's holding. SPY, dude, that's it. I think they're going to just clap us on the premium today until it doesn't. But for now, this already 1 hour. That just made everything. Took a step down in basis, so be prepared. Tesla pop again, even the autos I like. Watch Microsoft too, but look at the bonds. That is something. Lately, bonds went down. Market would like it, but for now, the market is still kind of underperforming heavy comparatively. But I do think you got a little relief with the data, but you still have all those tensions. Trump was right. There will be some tariff disturbance. The purchase of the real estate course? I don't think so. Should have worked. I'm not sure. I haven't done anything. Maybe it went down. About to head to church. Nice. On a Wednesday, man. Enjoy it. Yeah, there's Chewy again. Contracts already went up. I don't know what's going on with it, though. Rumble on the high. MO. Oh, it is Ash Wednesday, huh? Dang, you got Lent, you got Ramadan. There's a lot happening. A lot happening. Okay, high ticker is like balanced out right now. Let's see. It is 10:55. Oh, man. Welcome, Habibi. Welcome. Dow Jones, 21 in the green, 9 in the red. NASDAQ, 47 green, 54 red. That's the same as earlier. And then SPY, 268 green, 232 in the red. Thank you, Habibi. Thank you. Shukran. On the bund. Dude, Germany, that's going to be wild. I mean, in a weird, I kind of have tin. It just kind of, dude, this is the first time Germany has raised money and is going to spend like this in a while. I don't think it'll lead into, what's it called? I don't think it'll lead to like a Liz Truss thing. But I do think that, you know, they're taking a different role. Like Germany might try to fill the role that America played, if that makes any sense. So we'll see, but it's very interesting. Is Donald? Yes, they should be. Or at least that's what they said. Lutnick hinted at it just a little bit ago. We got a headline that that Donald Trump and Trudeau will be talking today. So that's it. Chewy's still going. Very interesting. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Germany hates debt. They really do. Ever since every war and hyperinflation. But yeah, they really do. That's why it's kind of wild that they did it. And now that's why I'm saying maybe we watch a flip-flop. Maybe Europe starts to play the role of the spigot while we start to pull back. It's very fascinating. So it's very unexpected. And again, I don't even know who's even in charge of Germany because it's not like, what is it? It's like somebody in sitting who made the decision. It's actually very, very wild. There's a live event on Chewy. Is that what it is? Traders trim Bank of England bets. Let's see. Yeah, Euro close. I mean, we got what, 30 minutes? Yeah, today's March 5th, right? You're right. Morgan Stanley conference. Yo, that's what it is. Chewy Morgan Stanley. Oh, yeah, nice. I got filled on one. Yeah, I got a cheap one. Okay, now don't. Now it's free. But yeah. Josh Answar's company. I hate Ryan Cohen LLC. Email Ryan Cohen hates you at gmail.com.
It's about $50 billion on the healthcare side, which
this is what they're reacting to. No headlines have hit. Good call on that, bro.
It's about $10 billion on services.
Good call on that.
And so what you've seen Chewy do over time is you've seen us really try to create this ecosystem for pets and pet parents, you know, built on a foundation of customer first experience. And so with the customer first experience and a tech forward approach, we've been able to expand into these categories to essentially create an ecosystem where these happy customers, active customers that continue
Yeah, bro,
to
watch
consolidate
out.
their
Even the
wallet.
spy
They don't
plays.
have to leave the Chewy ecosystem.
I want to hold them,
because
but
of the incredible
you could even
service
just
and
save you
support
some
and
money
trust that
right
we've
now.
built.
They've already dropped
And
20 to
so
30 just off
when you
of the
think about
chop.
now expanding into vet care services or vet clinics,
Literally
and healthcare
30%.
services, you're right. We are up to 8, so well done on the research. And we're incredibly excited about these clinics, and specifically, let me tell you why we're excited. Number one, new customers that are coming into Chewy through the vet clinic channel is significantly higher than what we originally modeled. So we're getting more new customers. So the utilization is high. Number one, utilization of the clinics is high. And that utilization is being increasingly driven not by current Chewy customers, which of course, those customers are coming to visit, but we're getting even more
SPY
new
coming down while
customers
bonds
to
are
this
finally
channel
catching a
than
bid.
we originally modeled. And so that's incredibly positive, not only for the vet clinic services, but number two, it's positive because more than half of those new customers to Chewy, within 30 days of visiting that vet clinic, they're going to chewy.com and purchasing products from our retail platform.
Honestly,
so
two decent
we're able
candles.
to engage with the customer where they are as a trusted partner to provide healthcare services. And then those customers are so pleased with the service and the level of transparency and trust that we build in that initial visit that more than half of them are then going back and participating in the Chewy platform by purchasing.
No headline on that.
And so those are just two incredible things, two incredible statistics. And I could cite numerous others, but in the essence of time, I won't. But we are excited about vet clinics. We're excited about rolling out more vet clinics in the future. But to your question with respect to kind of the rate and pace of expansion.
Okay, those candles are getting big.
Kind of
no
upper
headline. You
limits
had
on how many
Navarro
vet
talking
clinics you could
earlier.
open,
We are
in
waiting
kind
for
of a
Trump and
12-month
Trudeau.
period.
And then any of those headlines
vets
as well,
are
but
in short
you haven't had anything last
supply.
like hour, really.
In the US,
you got Euro close right
there
around
are
the
a
corner.
shortage of
Like I was
vets.
telling you, around
So when you
11,
open kind of a
11:30-ish,
standard clinic, you tend
11:15,
to hire
we
somewhere
should start
between
to
kind of
pick
2
a
and 4
direction.
vets, depending on the
So
format
we'll
and
find
size
out.
and the metro in which you're opening that
But yeah,
clinic.
you are near
So
the low,
you have to
5770. It's not
find
really
the,
that good.
The vet, the
See if the
physical
bonds
DVMs
and SPY
in
could
that
kind of
market.
get a
You have to
relationship.
secure them.
But
You also have
otherwise,
to
bonds are down a
find
lot.
some technicians
SPY
in
not
that
there.
market, and then, of
Germany
course, the real
getting in
estate.
the way of the
And
dollar
so
and
what
everything
you tend
else.
to see is kind of a dampener on the rate and pace of expansion is you rarely see someone roll out or an entity
And
roll
it's
out
8
more
a.m.
than
in
maybe
Cali,
30 clinics
baby.
a
Amen.
year. That would be just an unbelievable year if something like that was to occur. I would say it's much more likely when you look at everyone that participates in the market that it's
UWMC Flushing.
Okay. Now, one of the hallmarks of 2024 was your meaningful profitability inflection. EBITDA margins tracking to 4.6 to 4.8% for the year.
This
can you
is
break down
Chewy.
the key pieces behind that improvement? and
Again,
where
they
you
just
think
popped up
leads
5%.
to
I
additional
think they
leverage
gave
from
some
here?
guidance numbers.
Sure. The reason why I'm smiling a little bit with this question is because this was one of investors'
XOM, Oxy on the
largest areas
low.
of feedback
So oil
with
names
respect to
dumping.
the long-term
Again,
model that
SPY,
we
this is
posted
your
at Capital Markets
third
Day.
time
So
at this
Capital
level.
Markets in December of 23.
You haven't broke it. We stayed in the
We put
0.6.
together a
So
long-term model
let's see
that
what
had
happens.
EBITDA margins at 10 points or more, 10% or more EBITDA margin as part of our long-term model. And at the time, we were sitting at roughly 3.3% EBITDA margin for the year, though we hadn't reported fourth quarter 23 results at that time. And so here we are, 12 months later. The midpoint of guidance is 4.7%. At midpoint, up 140 bips on a year-over-year basis, and that EBITDA high quality, converting more than 80% of EBITDA to free cash flow. So here we are 12 months later, and we've made tremendous progress on that particular metric. And specifically, what I'm quite pleased about is we didn't just make it geographically in one area of the P&L. If you look at gross margin, we have improved gross margin. Biggest drivers of gross margin, sponsored ads. If you recall, we said that sponsored ads could be 1 to 3% of net sales, flowing through at roughly 70 points of gross margin. We said that we would be at the low end of that 1 to 3%.
So listen, that'll move the
range
stock
in
here
24.
if they
That
say a
was our
higher
guidance,
number.
at
And
our
SPY coming lower.
Third quarter earnings call with fourth quarter guidance.
So get ready.
So
If we
we're quite
break
pleased
below
on how
here,
that
we're going to
business is
set
performing.
at least a
We've
new low or a
continued
new
to
part of the
expand
range.
into healthcare.
And now it's matching up with the
Specifically,
clock.
we've
You got 30
highlighted
more
that
minutes.
The healthcare portion category of kind of the market has about
And
1,000
oil,
bips
bro.
of accretion.
Yo, you're down
to gross
4%
margin,
on
and so
oil
we've
now.
continued to grow faster in that segment, so we're product mixing up. And then, of course, we're at scale. And so when you think about kind of freight and packaging and things like that, we continue to perform at scale there.
Rep
Third
Smith
largest
says debt
direct
limit
consumer
may
shipper
expire
in the US.
mid-May if receipts
And
low.
so gross margin, we've made tremendous progress, but it hasn't just been gross margin. When you go down and you
No, I
look
don't
at
know
OpEx
about
and
going
you look
long
at the
oil.
leverage that we have
If
on
it goes
OpEx
down
as well,
like 6, I'm down.
At the high end of our revenue range,
4 is
we're
already good
approaching
enough, though.
$12 billion.
So, like, if you want to make
And
the
so
flip
you
like
think
we've
about
done in the past,
at-scale revenue,
4%
we've
might be
got
good enough.
at-scale
But
fixed
it's just
cost
one of those things
infrastructure.
where you're
And I would
dealing with
characterize
policy
that and to break it down
and
into
you're dealing
the
with
three
whatever from
particular
OPEC
fixed
to
cost
Trump.
infrastructures that we
So
have
just
that
be
are at
mindful
scale.
of the risk.
So number
I think
one is our
6%
fulfillment centers.
no-brainer.
We've got 18 fulfillment centers. We've got 5 of them.
I don't know
that
how
are
gas
fully
is still
automated. We've got our
$5 a
pharmacies
gallon.
kind of embedded or next to many of those fulfillment centers, so you can fulfill the pharmacy, do the compounding, as well as ship it out in an efficient way. And so that's about 70% utilized.
And you're holding
our
after
fulfillment
that
center
low.
network, which is the third
Nice.
largest fulfillment center network direct to consumer in the U.S. And so each incremental dollar is going to flow through at a higher rate. So that's number one in terms of fixed cost infrastructure. Number two, our human capital. We're kind of at scale with respect to human capital and payroll, and you've seen, payroll growth really flatten out, if not decline in some instances. And so we're getting a lot of leverage out of our human capital. We're at scale there. And then finally, we develop most of our own software. So most of our software is first-party software. And so we're at scale on our digital infrastructure as well. And so we're getting leverage in the gross margin line. We're getting leverage in the OpEx line. And then each incremental dollar of revenue growth is not only coming with either additional margin, gross margin from sponsored ads or product
Gasoline
mixing
is
up,
/RB.
but it's also flowing through that fixed infrastructure where you get this fixed cost absorption, such that we're then able to increase profitability.
Let's talk about that incremental dollar. In 2024, incremental margins are running well ahead of your 15% long-term target. One, how should we think about the rationale behind that 15%? What led you there? And why was 2024 running so far above, even with the headwind from the extra week?
Sure. Number one, the 15% flow through is a long-term model. And so on any particular year, you
Brent
can
is
have,
the
more
lowest
or less
yo.
when you think about
Oil
a
lowest
long-term
since
model.
2021.
But first, I'd start with that kind of 10%.
Yeah,
EBITDA
bro, when was the
margin that we
last
put
time-
out
bro,
there
this
as
is
a
good.
long-term goal. We've made 140 bips of improvement this year. If you were to say long-term is kind of 5 years, getting to that 10% would be about 100 bips of EBITDA margin a year. We kind of have outperformed in 2024. We're excited about the progress we made. We think the areas that I've highlighted, we think those areas continue to have leverage in the future. So we'll leave our kind of longer term 10% margin with 15% flow through. We'll kind of leave that in place for now. But obviously we're quite pleased
I need
with
to
how we
check
performed
something,
again.
but
Okay, great. Well, let's dig into some of the expense lines you mentioned there. Let's kick it off with gross margin. Over the long run, seen tremendous.
okay, thank you, Chewy. But yeah, man, we got to look at this. Dude, I think this is a great thing for now. Because remember what I was telling you guys. I'd said this to you before any drama, before anything. I said if oil comes down, we're not going to have a problem with the economy. As long as oil drops, we don't get inflation. Why? Because again, think about when inflation was happening, shipping. Everyone's bringing up tariffs, but you don't get the supply chain stuff like 2021. So I don't know. It's bittersweet. It's going to hurt some oil companies. It also shows demand might be going lower, but generally, like I've told you guys, like, bro. Oh, what? I got to pay for this now? No, they're making me pay. Feature available to subscribers. Look at that. I go members only now. Now they making me pay on Trading Economics. I've used this website for a decade. How do I comment? I should harass them. I should get mad at them. And that's it. I should make them doubt their whole theory of what they're, I'm going to send, hold on, let me send them a nasty email real quick. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to stop what I'm doing here today to send them a very nasty email for them charging now after years of giving it to me for free. I'm going to forget all of that, and I need to send them an email. I don't care if they ban me. This is wrong. How dare they? How dare they provide a service and ask for something after I have used this website for a decade and haven't even signed up? How dare they? How fucking dare they? That's crazy, man. Well, I wanted to show you something. Now I need to make one. But, yeah. Oh, hold on. I gotta send this email. Gotta do all that. I was gonna show you guys. Remember the 70s. So let's see. Can I get an oil 100-year chart, please? Well, this will work. But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, even when you look at how the 70s played out, like, do you realize when oil finally plummeted, that's where you got that's where you avoided the stagflation. That's where you broke out of everything. That's where the market had a 10-year rally, 15-year rally leading into the bubble, believe it or not. Because, again, during the 70s, after the first oil run-up, it never came down. So they went 10 years when oil calmed down, and it looked like it was coming down. They were good, but again, money supply increased and all of that. SPY's flushing. Bonds haven't moved yet, and then what time is it? 11:10 or 10:11. But yeah, that's the whole point. So oil right now down 4. That's big. SPY now starting to flush, and that's what I'm saying, man. Even in a weird way, I think it may suck for the momentum. It may suck for your portfolio in the short term, but I like all of this because this is what I was saying in the morning. Do you guys not realize Donald Trump will kill the stock market to save the bond market? I don't know if you realize that is what is happening. So just like we were talking about yesterday with this standoff between Trump, Powell, and the market, just don't forget, like, at the end of the day, I think this was a fair price. Because you were about to die on the bonds. Do you not remember how I was reacting to the bonds at the beginning of the year? Yeah, SPY's dumping now, but notice my reaction. I'm not too excited yet, even though I have plays both ways, because we need the range is just widening out. So wait till we hit down 1%. And then see if, again, I think we're going to have another candle of this size. So whatever we see now may be different in a couple of hours. Either a lot lower or a lot higher. And then I will have a couple levels for you if we break. But we are going lower. It's 0.5 right now. I need 1%, and then that'll be 0.5 to the low end. Then if we break that, then the market really wants to move. If not, you're still going to be doing 0.5 up, 0.5 down. But, yeah, like I'm saying, dude, if you remember at the beginning of the year, my reaction at bonds, that was bad. I was telling you, if the bonds break, we're going to have a really big problem. I don't care what the market was doing. That was something you should have paid attention to, when we were going back above 5. So you brought the market down, but, like, look at how far off you are now. And if the bonds can catch a bid, oil goes down, maybe the stock market corrects a little bit. But this is very good for the midterm to long term. Again, I was telling you this before Donald Trump. So if you think, if you're going to, and I don't know, so some of y'all, like, who tag me and shit, and like, you tag me in the Trump memes, I don't tag you in the memes that highlight how Zelensky's a dictator. So please leave me alone, because I'm not really, I really love Donald Trump. I think he's doing really good. I don't need to qualify this statement, but I was saying all of this shit before Donald Trump was in office, even before we knew he was going to be the president. Do you all understand that? The bonds, the oil, talking you about, again, I showed you the chart about the 2023 and 2024. This is just historic of the market. In the last 100 years, you have only had 4 times we have moved how we have. Oak North has held talks for acquisition. Yo, who's Oak North? I got an exclusive right now. Oak North held talks. Oh, it's Great Britain. But yeah, I've told you this ahead of it. So if you really think my economic analysis is getting swayed based upon my political bias, unfortunately, I just don't think you have been paying attention. Because I did tell you we are going to sell the rip on Donald Trump. I told you that months ago. We talked about the banks and all of these plays. Even then, I told you about China. And again, we've talked about the dollar and all of it. So what I've told you with bonds and oil, I don't give a fuck who's president, because that is still very important, because only 4 other times in the last 100 years have you had back-to-back 20% moves on the stock market. And that's why when it gets into year number 3, which would be right now, all that matters is bonds and oil. I've been telling you this for before Donald Trump was president. That's what I said we have to watch for whoever is the next president, is that whatever happens to oil or bonds, that is going to be the key. So yeah, the real data will move oil and bonds, but when it's all said and done, that is the answer. And so that's why I'm saying, like, hey, bonds are off the low. Mexico starts anti-probing on China aluminum bar imports. That's good. That means Mexico's leaning in our favor. See if China goes down. But remember, steel is very small. Most of the world, at least America, we don't buy China steel anymore. But yeah, man, bonds, oil, if these calm down, that's very, very good in terms of comparing this to the 70s, or if you're worried about stagflation. And then again, I really think if bonds get a bid, bonds don't die, we're going to have a great year. If oil doesn't rocket up, I think things will be good. And that's what history has said in the last 100 years of very limited times that this situation has occurred. Well, that's what I've said. Hard landing, if oil rockets up and bonds die, I think you get a hard landing. So that's what I've been saying. That's why I'm like, doesn't matter who's president or not, but you should watch some of these factors, because that's what it is. So whether or not we get a hard landing or not, I think bonds and oil will be a big, big factor. And even if there's an external event, I think bonds and oil will respond. Yeah, the market is. That's what we talked about yesterday, is a triple tantrum. Right now, the market is trying to pressure either Donald Trump or Jerome Powell. That's what people don't get right now. The market don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. The market gives a fuck about whoever's going to give it what it wants. So honestly, the market's a gold digger. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I've dealt with a few in my life. I got it like that. They're beautiful sometimes. But either way, side point. The whole point is market doesn't care about the politics. So when market throws a tantrum over tariffs, is it trying to get Donald Trump to be easy? It is. But also, the market doesn't care just about Trump, because guess what? If you throw a big enough tantrum, you could get rate cuts from Jerome Powell. You see what I'm saying? So that's where we kind of have this pressure, and then Donald Trump has to not give in, and then we'll see. What if we go low enough? Who's going to respond, Trump or Powell? That's really the game of chicken. But yeah. Bank of England ? Around productivity data. And then 12 minutes till Euro close. at tariff relief. That was from the morning. I got the Mexico anti-dumping on China headline. That's coming in again. Yeah, exactly. It's a standoff between all three. They all got a gap pointed at each other. Orla. 5%. DJT and Bakkt. Apex FinTech weighs Bakkt acquisition. Oh, yeah, that's up $2. Is it halted? Yeah, fuck. They halted it. They already halted that shit. Bro, damn. Watch Bakkt. This is going to fade eventually. But last time, this is the move it made on that same news. Yeah, see, DJT might go up. I don't know. That one's going to be interesting. Yeah, that was a great call out, PNC. Watch Bakkt. I'm going to make a play on DJT. There's like really, really cheap. Well, I'm going to go really, really cheap. And then I'm going to wait for Bakkt if we could get that at the right price. Because last time Bakkt did that, it's crazy. All right, I'm going to try something. Bakkt only has 2026. Oh, really? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, you got to go shares on that. Damn. Yeah, Bakkt, you can't do that. So DJT is the only one with options. I grabbed one. I got a really, really cheap one, but I'm not expecting much. We'll just see. But I think Bakkt is going to be the real winner on that. Bakkt. The moves, bro, this is just, it's kind of calmer than yesterday, but this is my problem with these days because I feel the volatility. Today's really calm in a weird way, but the sad part is that in an hour, that could all change. So you can't really trust any calm or lack thereof. Bakkt doesn't have options. It's very, very weird. All right, we'll see. You're going a little lower. Low tickers dramatically more active now. I don't know if you guys noticed. You're still not flushing. Again, everything about 0.4. Dow is still the best, but they're all in the red right now. Capital One sell-off. COF. R? It's not loading on my chart, but that just sold. Yeah, DJT, that's what I said. I don't expect much. They're not the buyer, but... Or they're the buyer, but the one getting bought. That's the one that should go crazy. Gold still climbing. I think we're at the 200 there. The NASDAQ was like right there the other day. TCBP. All right, SPY going a little lower. Like I said, that low ticker, the momentum is lower. And then bonds still up, oil still down. Canada, again, we're going to hear from them. Pound and euro are still killing it. 7 minutes till euro close. Yeah, I don't think there is any Bakkt options, unfortunately. Or it's like 2026. And bonds have been straight up since that little bottom there. But then, yeah, I don't know, man. The relationship between stocks and bonds very, very weird right now. Does it make premium high? Yeah. Elevated volatility. I think Bach is still halt. I need to go pee, but I know right when I leave, it's going to get unhalted. Oh, there it is. Nice. So Bach unhalted 23. Damn, 23%. Let's see. That's a lot. 20%. Last time I'm saying it went up to like 28 off of it. So yeah, damn, it's still kind of crazy. China says it's ready for any type of war with U.S. Oh, shit. No, not that many. I really want to. Nah, I fucking fat fingered twice. I'm not going to do it. It's up too much. 20%. I almost bought two-way a lot. I like that one, though. I think that's going to be the winner. It's just up a lot. I feel like this is exactly what I said last time this happened. Balked. So, yeah, it's going. I keep an eye on that one. That one's very risky. It's already up 30, unfortunately. That's what I'm saying. It's like that has the potential. You either lose it all or you're going to go up another 20. So I don't have a play on it. I hesitated. And then SPY still going lower. And Josh needs to go to the bathroom.
I think the last president.
Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity.
Lincoln,
Real Cult News on Twitter. Uncle Answers on Spotify. Did you guys know? Oh,
who he highlighted again last
I have
night,
a surprise for you guys. Oh, I
we
didn't
need
tell
to
you.
live up to the agreement
What's the
that
date
the
today?
president signed. Stay with it. Review it next year.
Okay, I gotta
and
go
if you
bathroom.
have to revise it. That's what negotiations are for.
I'll BRB.
Are you going to vote to pass a government funding bill along with your Republican friends so we don't have to have a shutdown?
Well, let's put it this way. Let's see what the proposal is. Recall that they're the majority in the House, the Senate, and they have the presidency. It is their job to raise the debt ceiling. It is also their job to avoid a government shutdown. But if it's a real meaningful negotiation, I'm open to it for sure.
Congressman, it's good to check in with you, especially after the speech last night. Talk soon, I hope. Congressman Richard Neal, House Ways and Means. Thanks.
You're terrific. Thank you.
Still ahead, the electricity market facing unprecedented terrain as Canada fights back against U.S. tariffs. What that could mean for consumers in the U.S.
Watching the home builders today, weekly mortgage demand jumps 20% after interest rates dropped to the lowest level since last year. 30-year fixed just now above 6.6, and that was the third biggest jump in mortgage apps in the last 5 years. Stay with us.
Yes, I did. Good. SPY going lower. Hit the followers for Uncle on Spotify. Yeah, man. Run it up. We need some Uncle. But yeah, I do have a surprise for you. Novartis plans to start mass production of radiopharmaceuticals in Japan in 2026. Not bad. Again, bonds recovered half of that loss, and then briefly you're getting bonds up while market goes down. Maybe this is the threshold, but yeah. It's still this is all way too slow. Way too slow until it's not, but unfortunately, on the slow side, it's going to be a slow grind, my brethren. Here comes Euro. Yeah, it's 11:28 actually. Are you guys down with some push-ups? Stand up a little bit. Like I said, you could be doing core, legs, push-ups, back workouts, whatever you're weak at, because you sit down for 7 hours a day. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. So if you don't, I don't know if you realize sitting down a lot is not good for you. So move around. I'll get you something to listen to. And then we'll begin. But yeah, chest to the sun, flex the core, tuck the hips in. Some of you relax your eyeballs. I think you missed that one too. Stare away from the screen. Go blink, 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 blink. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, feels good. Feels good. You know, I already had a protein this morning. That's good, man. As long as you're not sitting down, that's even better. So if you are listening while working, amen. I think you guys, it doesn't hurt you as much. But if you are not and you're just sitting here all day and you work at home and you're like a coder, a trader, and you work from home and you sit down for several hours a day and do not move your body, that's cold, bro. Don't do that to yourself. Yo, why is defense popping right now? General Dynamics and HII. Again, they were already up, but yeah. Because the China headline? Oh, maybe. That one was in the morning, though. They said something, some threat like that in the AM. So I'm not taking that as like brand new. All right.
It is a whiplash kind of a day, and we
brace ourselves
as to whether there'll be any reprieve in some of those tariffs coming in on Mexico, on Canada. Howard Lutnick, Commerce Secretary, joining Bloomberg TV on earlier just to articulate maybe that could be in the working. But I want to shine a light on some individual movers that are currently moving from a higher perspective. Microsoft trying to drag these benchmarks into the green. At the moment, they're resolutely in the red. We're up by 0.8%. Interestingly, the UK regulator, the CMA, saying, keep going with your OpenAI tie-up. We're not going to be investigating that particular deal that has been done. We're looking at Disney, though, off by 0.5%. This is they're going to be doing yet further job cuts. Maybe 6% going to be hitting the likes of ABC and some of the other output from the cable perspective. Disney off by 0.5%. Tesla off by 0.7%. Yesterday, we had the news that Chinese sales were once again down. France once again down. Today, Germany, February, once again, significant weakness in sales into Germany from Tesla. This, as we know that the market capitalization of Tesla had been rocket heading higher as we really think about the relationship of Elon Musk with Trump. But that's also having some negative impacts on potentially the brand of Elon and of Tesla over in Europe. Let's just talk about more of the politicking that's affecting the market right now. And we want to think about what's happening in terms of President Trump and how he touched on in his address to Congress yesterday, in particular, the focus on chips, which included a call, of course, to end the bipartisan $52 billion CHIPS Act. Take a listen.
Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act.
Once again, investors try to digest what this means for market capitalizations, for the potential of buying publicly traded stocks. Have a look at what the reaction has been ultimately on the chip sector. We have been moving between gains and losses on the SOX, the semiconductor index. We're off by 0.4%. Intel drags us lower. A big recipient, of course, of potential loans and grants coming from the CHIPS Act. We're off by 4.3%. But TSMC saying that they're going to be laying the groundwork here in the United States. Is that the tariff that brings us here? The potential concerns there? TSMC
well, they already
up by
got the money from the CHIPS Act.
Up by 0.3%. Mike Shepard joins us to really discern
TSMC
the devil that is in the detail here. Investors trying to understand really what this means.
Well,
would ever any
like
grants
Intel
or
was
loans
like the
be taken
child
away from a company that's already been given it?
Well, our reporting right now indicates that there will not be any clawbacks that actually take place. So if a check
can't get out of this, right, bro? You're doing little at a time.
Nobody is coming knocking on their door saying, "Hey, we want
this is killing all the premiums
back to put the."
So now, until you get a big move, even if you move lower or higher,
but at the same time,
your plays aren't going to hit as much, if at all.
Money that has been committed but not yet dispersed. Would there be any delays in that, or a possible effort by the president through Congress or through the Commerce Department, which oversees this program, to either stall or maybe try to redirect the money? Now, even that is kind of a remote prospect. And when the president said that he should just have Congress get rid of the CHIPS Act, he turned right around and looked at Mike Johnson. It was one of those moments during his address, and that really put the ball, in essence, in Congress's court more than anything else. We have seen a few changes, though, in this CHIPS Act office, Carol.
Nothing really caused it. Ever since ISM, we danced around a little bit. There was a couple of headlines here and there, but it's all within the morning range. I don't think we're reacting to anything. I think we're just killing premium and chilling until the big move. And that could be now. Again, it is around 11:30 Euro close. Like I was telling you, every other day when we did move, it was around this time.
Plants that the government is helping in part to build. TSMC, on the other hand, heard from both AMD and NVIDIA on Monday that, hey, we're ready to buy those chips you guys are going to be making for us there.
Mike, where does this leave President Trump's
5746? You're like 10, 15 points above yesterday's low, which again, back to election level though. So keep in mind, that's why now you're right back to the election zone from the AM open all the way down to here now.
We know the favorite lever.
I mean, watch, 570 will be a very crucial level.
A word that he refers to constantly as the most beautiful word perhaps in the dictionary, and that is tariffs. And he sees that as the driver in getting TSMC to make its decision to move to the U.S. And he also invoked that a week ago when Apple announced a $500 billion plan to invest in the U.S. over 4 years and hire as many as 20,000 new employees here on American soil. Trump said that the threat of tariffs had prompted Apple to make that decision, and he sees it as a way much more than
look at bonds though. So as we're going, it was like
bring companies to make
like right around here.
Promised regulatory
bonds
relief
started inversing
on permitting for any companies that want to invest more than $1 billion here in the U.S. So it is a combination of tariff threats and regulatory relief. And he talked about regulatory relief as well during his speech last night.
That's Bloomberg's Mike Shepard. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's dig in more to the impact of Trump's comments on the CHIPS Act and tariffs. We're joined by Liza Tobin, Managing Director of Garneau Global. Liza, there is a lot to digest last night, but I want to start with the potential repeal of the CHIPS Act.
That's good, though, because look how much, look at the difference now.
Cement our position
both are kind of far off the ISM,
but the
bonds now are going to work their way up. That could give us an answer.
Comments that Trump
let's see. Otherwise, though, this today, I think this is just robbing the premium. All those plays, calls and puts, those are terrible.
At the heart of his
just because of the speed.
Is not wanting to be subsidizing other countries. And so he, in his first term and now he's putting pressure to get our allies to reimburse us. He really feels like it's unfair that TSMC, a Taiwanese company, has gotten subsidies. And so you've seen this ratcheting up of pressure on TSMC that resulted in the $100 billion announcement that TSMC will put even more investment into the United States.
Think so.
$65 billion already announced.
My wire
does
not say that.
The Biden administration was already the largest foreign direct investment in U.S. history.
Couple hundred more likes.
So
I got some pictures for you.
Another $100 billion to that, it really tops the chart. So it kind of remains to be seen if that will be enough to kind of satisfy him that he's been reimbursed by Taiwan and TSMC for these subsidies. But that's really at the heart of his concerns.
How then can a local player like an Intel?
All right. I hope you guys did your push-ups. I hope you're feeling good, bro. Amen. Yeah, this is just slow. Like I was telling you, from the morning, if you guys were here, I noticed it was moving 0.5. And that's why I said in the AM, that's going to kind of be our range. So if we don't move more or less than 0.5, I think that's nothing. I think in a weird way, 0.5 is break even. as weird as that may sound, just with how big we have moved. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of nothing's really happened. I mean, I think the big news today was Germany, and the ISM was good. I think that was a calming factor. But other than that, I don't think anything has really moved. We are waiting. You are going to get a press briefing, and then we will potentially be hearing. I don't know if it'll happen after the bell or during the market, but you are going to be getting Donald Trump and Trudeau, or at least they'll be speaking. I don't know if we're going to get like a live video. Iron condors? Maybe, but that's the problem that I'm having with this market, and I can't stress it enough to you guys. And this is why, like, those of you who are always looking for an answer on, like, the littlest shit and everything has to make sense, this market will fuck with you heavy. And why? Because even then, after you're like, oh, should we sell iron condors? But I'm like, be careful, because you don't know when this thing is going to move 1% in a minute like yesterday. So I can't really agree with condors. I'm thinking just red light, green light. Just get ready for the Trump chop, but I wouldn't be lulled into thinking that something, whatever you see here, it could quickly change, and it doesn't really tell you about the next move. So just because it's not moving a lot now, I don't think it's going to stay not moving a lot. So we'll see. Butterflies, you have to know where it's going to go. Butterfly doesn't matter about the market. You buy a butterfly when you know what price it's going to go to. So if you have a range or you think we're going to get to bounce or sell to a certain level, then you go and you do that. Then you do a butterfly. So be patient. That's the good part. We could hang out. We could relax. I'm mad I made those plays in the morning. I got the first one free, and they paid me on that. And then the second one, I'm glad I went smaller, but like I'm saying, all the premiums are down 30% now. Yeah, 40 now. Same thing. Any of the calls, and then even the volatility. My downside play went up 30. So you lost 41 on the calls, and then you made 32 on the puts. But I didn't buy a put per se. What was I going to say before I went to the bathroom? I don't know. I have a surprise for you guys. I have a surprise. That's it. I can't tell you anymore, though. China files revised dispute consultation request with the United States on tariff measures, WTO. Bakkt, Apple's coming down. Bakkt is going higher. Where's Coin? Bro, Coin back to 200. Wasn't it just at 300? Or am I tripping? The 7-year process has started. It has. Zelensky's top aide said he has discussed with U.S. national security advisors steps to achieve just peace. Zelensky top aide says Ukraine, U.S. and has agreed to meeting in near future. So literally one of the headlines yesterday was a peace deal, and we rallied off of it. So you're getting another Zelensky thing. This time it says near future. So the other ones, they were like giving dates about it. This one kind of leaves it a little bit ambiguous. But again, market likes to hear it, but I don't know if it, I don't know if it hits. Do they believe it? I mean, yeah, it's just on Homeboy to sign it. TGTX. VIX is going up now. So, yeah, UVXY is climbing. So, hold on. This gets interesting. Because UVXY was just a little wick, but beyond that, but see where that one starts to go. Because, again, everything else on the VIX was pretty much just a wick. And then oil's down 4.2. So you're about 13 points from yesterday's low. VIX is up. VIX at 24.50. So, yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to... That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, look how low you are. The VIX is almost at 25. So it feels like nothing's going on. But, like, do you get what I'm saying? Where I'm like, anything could just snap in either direction at any moment. So I wouldn't be lulled into, you know, they may like kill your premiums, but just don't be lulled into whatever. Because again, look, it's still moving slow at the low, but everything is elevated to a degree, not to mention the recent bond rally, which has given up the last 2 days. I think this will be the first week that bonds actually go red or that they're not advancing. Yeah, we already had ISM. SPY calls were a bad idea. I thought buying the puts were a bad idea, but I just didn't look. They did go up 40. But what's a bad idea is if you put a lot of money down. That's why. Because, again, we straddled literally right at the top of the data, and that's what we were saying, but we still need a bigger move. I'm not really impressed by this. So I'm glad the puts went up, but at the same time, this still isn't nuts. But then again, small. Good call. It's still early, you guys. It's still 8:45. So we're 15 minutes off a Euro close. Okay, I think they just patents and licensing, I believe. Microsoft's still in the green. Apple's on the low. That's been flushing here a little bit more than anything. And then NVIDIA, again, dude, NVIDIA was at 120 last night. That was funny. Italy has shelved stake of post-Italian post office. Okay, VIX is breaking out now all of a sudden. That's what I'm saying. This is kind of odd. That's the part that, in a weird, the VIX shouldn't be going up. So do you get what's happening right now? So, like, theoretically, yeah, I guess you're at the low, but theoretically, people are stacking up puts right now. Very, very subtly. See, I need you guys to like the video. Bro, I need you to like the video because I have a chart to show you, but I can't show you until you like the video. We need 2,000 likes. That's just the rules, man. But it is related to this, so I could have showed you this hours ago, but, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. We're almost there. Actually, you only need like 100 people. Is there 100 people out here who have an unchecked like box? This should be your moment. This should be your moment. Wow, 150, technically. 160. It's not bad. Now just 100, 95. Just show the video. Don't be like that. So did you buy your membership or did somebody give it to you? I'm just asking. And then your last question was what I would buy at the long term. So I'm asking. Was it a gift? Well, we did it. So I'm glad we got it. So now you get the wire. You bought it? Then why are you... I don't know. Well, you might need to buy another one. Sorry. But This is the chart I was see because I look at we would have got there if you just saved your ass a comment. You know what I'm saying? If we all got on the same side, we would have saved that experience there, and we would have still showed the chart. So now we show the chart, and now somebody was lost. So this is what I wanted to show you. Ironically enough, remember I was telling you every other drop, you weren't watching people buy puts. So last couple of days, you have legitimately had the most amount of puts bought as like the same day of the August flash crash. But yeah, the put to call ratio is through the roof right now. That was the first one. And then this is what I wanted to show you, bro. This was crazy. Do you know what this is? Do you know what you're looking at right now? Not IV. This is the Russell. The futures and the active positioning. And literally, the Russell, I think it's down over 2 or 3 standard deviations. And the last time the Russell was this low, as weird as it may sound in terms of like movement, was 2020. Yeah, small caps, bro. 2020 and COVID was the last time you saw the Russell make a downside move like that. Ain't that something? MLGO on the high. That's wild. I mean, that was one of the bigger Trump trades that reversed, because I think it's now, I don't know if it's, I mean, even the SPY's at pre-election. But remember, people got bullish on it, and we were talking about that. We said small caps will be good for deregulation, but remember the problem was half of the damn Russell is unprofitable. But yeah, so last time you've had a drop like that was literally like COVID. But yeah, they came back down to election. Is SPY still moving? I see the low ticker picking up. So yeah, you're going back down. And like I said, I mean, just in a very subtle way, you have people buying puts right now. Or at least that's what the VIX is telling us. Here comes the boom. I mean, sadly, just look at how many lows we've gone through today. None of them came with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Not one of them. So every time we've hit a low today, you haven't boomed. No boom. All we've gotten was oh, and then that's it. All the while you advance lower. And just wait, because I'm up on the puts, but they need one more pop here. And they're going to rob us. Acon again. ACON. It's up 27. Oh, Michael Saylor. Where is Michael Saylor? MSTR is actually up. Not bad. Coin down. So low ticker getting more active. I'm seeing more individual names. Financials are hitting the low. Staples are just holding on. Dow's not down that much. It's only by 0.2. NASDAQ 0.6. SPY is down by 0.57. We're a little below, but like I said, until we move like 1%, I am not really too concerned with any of it. You heard MSTR is going to pay the dividend this month? I don't even know. I feel like Michael Saylor would sell a bond to pay the dividend. They'd be like, well, since we don't want to sell our Bitcoin, I sold another $2 billion of bonds to pay our shareholders. Acon, I was doing that yesterday too. Oh, man. Well, we got 7 minutes till the top of the hour. Very boring, though. It's boring with a side of your life could be changed or ruined in a minute, but yeah. Still even, bro, you're 3 points off from VWAP. Where's the volume? So let's see, getting a little bit. Volume at 24 million, right under hour number 3. Kind of low volume too. Walmart cracking, that small cap, Acon. China is still up. Kimberly. Nikes. Nikes is low, Habibi. Okay, first pop, premiums wiped, still green on the downside, but like we said. And then watch though, if it comes back down, you hit a low and that's it. Mars selling 26 billion of bonds in 8 parts for Kellanova deal. Mr. Dinosaur, welcome. MSTR is ripping right now, so I'm not too sure why. Out of all the crypto names, I'm pretty sure crypto is down. Dude, the euro. Oh yeah, Bitcoin. I guess Bitcoin's up 1.7. Never mind. Mara's on the high now. And then CLSK. Honestly, Bitcoin miners are moving up. 3 candles up on the SPY. You haven't seen that in like an hour. Woo! And then bonds going lower. So like we said, they kind of inversed here. So see what happens. 07. Salute. Bro, I can't believe I didn't know 07 meant salute. MSTR, Bitcoin, Mara, all these little small Bitcoin plays. So a little bit vertical there, not bad. Like I'm telling you, you haven't moved 3 candles in a minute. Bitcoin reserve bill to be signed tomorrow. That's what Chad's saying. I don't see that yet. If that's the word. Remember, though, we had the Bitcoin reserve comment at Sunday, and you're pretty much there. You're like 3,000 above. At one point, you were 10,000 above that zone. So, yeah, I don't know when. I mean, there was hearings the other day, but people didn't really react too much. Again, that little Trump Truth Social thing, that caused more of a reaction than anything else. Oh, yeah, the tomorrow, duh. Yeah, I forgot. Tomorrow, the first ever official White House crypto summit. Yeah, I didn't know that. Mara, you have Beige Book. There's another piece of data or Fed speaker today. Is it Friday? Oh, man, I don't know what day it is. 6th, 7th. I think it's Friday or Thursday. No, I think it's Thursday. I'll have to double check. Or you could double check. I thought today was even Thursday. I don't know where I am right now, to be honest with you. So, I'll figure it out. But yeah, it's sometime this week. First ever in history. Never have you had a White House crypto summit. You have had topless transgender people at the White House before you have had an official crypto summit. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. A lot of people beat crypto to the White House, but now they get their shot. No, it's a fact, though. It's true. It's true. All right, bro. Crypto, big candle, bonds dead. Premiums are still growing. Very big candle. So, again, be on the lookout. I'm seeing autos move. Oh, yeah, GM pop is going to be related to trade. Yo, this is going to be related to trade. I don't have it yet. EU supplier, car maker could take some part in defense industry. So, yeah, you're moving though. Again, the way, I don't know what it is. GM's moving, but I'm assuming this is related to trade right now. Brazil, no. All right, watch out. The premiums. Oh. Some premiums kind of doubled. It's very weird. U.S. weighs 1 month delay. Yo, it's a rumor. Ah, fuck. No. Yeah. Yo. It's a rumor. 1 month delay on tariffs. Mexico on autos. This might be true. Go to GM instead. All right, I got one. So literally, GM is going to be the one you want to look at. All right. Yeah, bro, that's fire. So it's already moved a lot. Wait for the first pop. If you weren't able to snake any of those, you're going to miss it. I don't think it's that good. So pretty much it sounds really good because, hold on. I can't make it free yet. No, but pretty much they're saying tariffs on autos. This is only having to do with autos. So we knew that in the morning. Do you understand? Are you following? That's why GM, Ford, and U.S. automakers were up. So now it's getting reiterated, and I think it's causing that pop, but I don't think it's going to have follow-through. No, this isn't, I don't think this is Trump. I think it's the media. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to get a little pump here, and then by the time it gets confirmed, it's going to fade. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, you're moving up a little bit more. Bop, bop, bop. All right, he's getting a lot more aggressive. The ones further out the monies are actually pretty decent. They're holding. All right. Okay, I'm making one set free real quick. I just flipped that one real quick. I don't think it's going to last. So just be careful with that. But like I'm telling you, the way GM moved, I would look at GM as well. But we knew that was going to be there. But like I'm saying, I would not be surprised if the media or if we come out and they're like, well, it's the same thing and blah, 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 blah. So be mindful and good luck. That sucks, though. The earlier calls from the morning are still down, and then now that wiped the put. Well, I hope you guys get it. That's what I'm saying. I think it's good news. It sounds good, causes the reaction, but this is literally what Lutnick was saying in the morning. So I think people were just... That's what I meant by wobbly. People are like really want a good headline, and then if you get enough people behind it, it'll move, and then it may not be as good as we thought, just like the Lutnick stuff was last night leading into the morning. I don't know why people trip on the delay, right? Because the delay means it'll take longer and then possibly they won't do it. But the real good news would be if they didn't do it. Look, GM already coming down. They sell it. They might sell it back off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This news is good enough to move you, but I don't think this changed the story that much more from 6 a.m. 4 a.m. really. So, do you get what I'm saying? So, I think this is what I was telling you all day. We could be down, and then look, 0.5% exactly is what you've moved. And then all of a sudden we stop. So, just anything is possible. All right, yeah, coming back down. Oh my God, I got a nice little flip off that. And getting stronger. Wait for another trade update. Again, we're going to hear more with Lutnick. Yeah, that's it. That's Robin Everett. But that's what I'm telling you about the market right now in wobbly, though. All it takes is one good headline that sounds good. Everybody gets robbed, and then boom. That's it. If you get a 1-2 punch, you could get uppercutted and knocked out right after the next headline. You see what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, and then again, that 0.5 exactly. I was telling you this from 2 minutes after the bell. So, you're staying within 0.5 today. Yeah, you got Jerome Powell in 2 weeks. Zelensky says he expects positive results from cooperation with U.S. next week. So now they're trying to hit you with a positive Zelensky headline, too. Let's see. They played that. Well, honestly, wait till the next pop and look for puts. That's what I'm doing. Because the way I'm looking at it, every time Reuters gives a pump headline, it does the opposite. So maybe somebody just pumped you on there to get a bunch of really cheap dailies. So give it a sec, but I'm not. Because I'm telling you, it's the same exact shit that we knew about from the morning. Like, none of that was, and that's it. Just if you present it in the right way with the right liberal messenger and they eat it up, I mean, yeah. Yeah, the break-evens on these are crazy, though. I mean, the high ticker is very active. But at this point, it'll start it, get you momentum. Just keep in mind that 0.5 that I was telling you about. Bloomberg just breaking it. Yeah, but they're look at, they're playing Lutnick.
Under those terms and did so at their own risk.
That was so they're playing what he was saying.
To the surveillance
so they're highlighting, yeah, so there
and
you go.
And again, we do want to repeat the headline here in the last couple of minutes, which is the White House is considering a 1-month delay on auto tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Again, the breaking news, once again, the White House is considering a 1-month delay for automakers from those newly imposed tariffs on Mexico and Canada. A White House official says the situation remains fluid. We already heard from Secretary Howard Lutnick that exceptions to the initial tariffs were under consideration. Those announcements could come later today. When you look at the impact on the markets, what's notable
they're
is
still putting it forward like it's new news, but they accurately put Lutnick ahead of it. So that's what I'm saying. It tracks with what Lutnick said this morning, but I don't think it was totally unexpected. That's why, remember we said we're waiting for Canada and Trump and all of that. That is what we were waiting for. And as we're getting some of that detail there. So be on lookout, though. Unfortunately, that just raised the price of everything and then killed the puts that were up. And then now you are exactly at 0.07. You got 0.5. I think 0.5 up or down. We'll get real movements once we break out of that. Otherwise, we can't break out of 0.5. That's going to be your fluctuation without anything happening. Yeah, Trump held call with CEOs of GM, Ford, and Stellantis chairman on potential auto tariff delay. Sources. That's coming out now as well. So more details coming out on it. Trump held a call with GM, Ford, Stellantis. I love. Look at this. You see how pinned that is? It's amazing. Everybody, I feel like that just drew everybody in on the calls, and then you even got the people buying the puts now, and you just had like 3-4 points higher right back at open. I think that caused a lot of positioning. That's what I'm saying, bro. Market's very wobbly. They ready to 1-2 punch somebody. It wants to follow through some way, but that's how it was on the low. See how it is on the high, and then again, I mean, this move is still going to be paired up with a confirmation. You see what I'm saying? You still need to wait for it to happen and then see whoever says or does what. We're at, I know, right? It just opened. That's why I'm like, no way. And then crypto's going. All right, breaking out a little bit. That was the first pullback after the rumor. If you get above here, let me put it this way. If we get above the 0.5, you're going to melt up until the next bad headline. But if we can't get above here, we're going to stay trapped. So if you could get above these levels and then break that high, after you get rumor, pullback, and then it breaks, we're going to melt up. If not, then we're just trapped again. Yeah, bonds are still lower too. Yeah, we'll see. This will be fun. The Trump chop, baby. The Trump. See, you wanted that one to be the break, but it was the same info from the morning. If that was new info, that would have had a lot more juice, I would have think. If that was like a new development, we would have really moved off of it. You still can move off of it, but like I'm saying now you got people anticipating the next step of this. And in 50 minutes, we are going to get the press briefing. So your girl, Levitt, is going to be on there. Yeah, that starts in 40 minutes. Was the chart pulled from Trading Economics? No, they just, if you want to view the all-time chart, you have to become a member now. So that's it. Trading Economics is going members only now too. So I'm glad I started the trend, but either way, it's I guess I'm not the only one who's made changes recently. Okay, still holding up, man. Look at the high ticker. China's running. Literally, I see more China names on the high than not. It's looking good. I'd say you just got to get above the level. We're just moving so slow. Oh, yeah, new Hosh, bro. Thank you. I don't know if I saw that earlier. God bless you, bro. A lot going on. A lot going on. You don't like the ads? I heard if you complain about it, it gets better. That's what they said. I think, based on how people reacted to it, but that might, I don't know if you've tried that. Otherwise, maybe if you've already tried that, try the opposite. I don't know, though. I don't know. I don't get ads. I don't see any ads. So it kind of is a personal issue. FHA that allow rehab work? No, they don't. So that's what you got to be careful of. All right, you're going back up. I have some of the old calls. I don't know if they'll come up if we melt up. Otherwise, you double dip right now. I already flipped another set for 100. I did it quick. But like I'm saying, if it actually, I think you could wait till here. If the contracts will be like down 20, then you go for the late double dip. But otherwise, like I'm saying, if we don't melt up if we break. If not, it's going to rob you. Just like you saw us get robbed here in the morning. So be mindful. Babo. You see Babo? Baidu ripping now again. More China plays. All right. Oh, you're right back down, bro. It's weird. Look at the high-low ticker. You're balancing out the momentum. That's what I'm saying, though. It's just not. It's just very tight. Even the fact we're holding this is too good. That's what I'm saying. Like, usually, even by now, the way we're holding lows and highs, it's so slow, bro. But then again, just in 1 second, you're going to do 0.5%. Yeah, Dow is in the green. SPY and NASDAQ just flipped green too. Actually, let's see where that one's at. Okay, other old calls are QQQs down 20. That's a lot better than the earlier one. Oh, no. Yeah, the calls are picking up right now. BB. Yeah, they're going up. They're only down by 20 now. That's a little bit too good. So remember, you were down by 30 last time we were here, and then 40. So now the calls are still holding premium. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because now you're still cheaper from the morning, but now you have way less time. And then, but then you're still elevated. And then the puts are still up too. Remember, I was up 40% coming into that move. So they're still up a little bit, or like right now barely red, but then they would be dead if this was a different scenario. So again, these moves cause that volatility, and then it's been 20 minutes now. It hasn't really like broken out. Did HII go up? It was up earlier, and then it was hella slow. Yeah, now it's moving. In the morning, it wasn't up like that. It was up even higher, though, last night. GDC. What's this? GD Culture. NVIDIA's in the green now, too. A lot of things just went green. NASDAQ, SPY, Dow. Only thing red is the Russell. Flip B. Yeah, Bitcoin's coming up. It was coming up earlier. It actually was running up before all of this. We were watching MSTR go up before any of it. Well, that was fun. I can't wait to see the confirmation on this one. All right, you're moving up a little bit more. Ba-da-ba-ba-bop. You guys have the wire, right? Yeah. What a day, brethren. What a day. Oscar Health, Microsoft now, and K-Web. Watch, honestly, if you get Apple, NVIDIA, and Microsoft's literally breaking out now on the high. So, yeah, you're looking good, but I'm surprised what's pressuring you right now. It doesn't even, with how slow you're moving, half of the names are green. You got big tech hooking you up right now. I'm very perplexed because this reaction is small as hell still. You haven't even got above the first wick. We get above here, that's a good sign. You get above 578.50, then game on, and then that's it. Melt up above 579.50. So that's it, 1 point at a time. Every 1 point, you're going to get closer to this holding. If you can't, just get prepared for this thing to come right back down or to do nothing for another hour or two. That's 12 o'clock. So, yeah, be prepared. Preparation. Gold going lower. That's interesting. A couple of small caps still running like MLGO. Chicle's hiding at every corner. Netflix looks like NVIDIA. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you got some big tech doing very good. Maybe energy is the reason why you're down. Because there's like at least 100 names on the SPY that are energy-oriented. And then energy's down 4. But then again, some of the big tech are just making very gradual moves. Like Amazon's up 1, everything else like a quarter. Rahul is waiting. I want to update on that headline. Okay, call premiums are going higher now. That's crazy, man. My calls came back. That's fucking crazy. They shouldn't have. That's what I'm telling you. The calls shouldn't have came back from the morning now. So in a weird way, calls are getting more expensive than the ISM after 2 fucking hours. Very, very wild, bro. Very, very wild. It's very roller coaster like, but now I'm like, the premiums are getting like juice out of nowhere. So like even then the premiums are there. That's why they just look at you rocking it up again. Look at currencies and see if Germany's moving up. See if there's any tell. Yeah, just watch the Canadian fucking loony. But yeah, those are popping up now. Yeah, bro. All the big tech Mag 7 looks exactly the same. Your own GBP. That's already up because of Germany. Watch Canada, watch Mexico. I think because now we're like rating on trade rumor and that's what we got. Those will be the currencies to keep up. Because if you could get a wick, I don't know if you guys realized, I knew that one had to do a trade because of GM. So that's what I'm saying. If we start to get any of these random pops, see if anything ties into it. Crazy high. No, dude, the pound is because of Germany. That one was very, very wild. Okay, look, bro. Premiums, I hate this day. Premiums went up higher from here to here, and then now they're not going up as much. Now they... So literally the premiums are going higher when it doesn't move. That's how much volatility you have today. It's like earnings. SPY premiums are moving like fucking earnings right now. So stock doesn't move, the premium shoots up. Stock moves in the direction, the premium stays the same. Very fascinating. I love it. So get ready there. So now technically you're break even on our early calls, which is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I did not expect that. Even on the day. I thought we would have came back up and we would have still been down. But yeah, it's working out pretty decent. But watch out now. Look, this is that level I told you. If we get 57.50, 57.8, if we get above it, awesome. Now we could talk melt up possibly. If not, you're still in the gulag in my opinion. That is the downside to this move right now. So right now it could look very good and lead to a lot, but if that, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but if this don't hold up, you're just going to spend more time dancing. MSTR. That was a crazy move. We watched that before all of it. It was MSTR moving. And LMT, more defense names are on the high as well. Euro hits the highest since July versus the franc. So you're still holding this level. Let's see. I just think it's just the movement and how this got people. I'm saying, if you get above here, the melt up will look good. We got to make it past here, though. And then now you're back to ISM and then game on. Because remember, ISM data would have been favorable for the market. Again, that's why we went calls on the ISM data. So that's what I'm saying. If this could work out after that, could be nice. But don't get too confident. That's all. Just head on a swivel, mother. Know what I'm saying? I think it is kind of bull trappy. That was my first reaction on here because the headline was like kind of old, but now it's holding up. I think eventually the confirmation might be the sell, but now it'll turn into momentum. But again, we're not breaking out of there yet. Okay, now the premiums are starting to chill. They're calming down, but now let's see how they go on the way down. The battle of 575. And the premiums aren't bad, though. That's why I'm like, dude, it's moving like earnings, damn it. I don't know how to describe it any other way. That candle moved the premiums less. So funny, bro. So that's what I'm just saying, like the volume, the mood. Look at it, now you're back. Maybe that's why the premiums. Now it'll probably move bigger on the next move. But, yeah, so just be patient. Get ready, like I'm saying. Be prepared on any direction. Beto, Bitcoin still going up. Woody, welcome, my friend. Good morning. O on the high. That's some REITs. Watch bonds, too. We've kind of ignored that. Premiums are 1 penny. The spreads aren't wide on the SPY or TLT, but and then watch Canada or not, but it's a fact of how they're moving. That's what I'm saying. I did not think I would be green after this. And then it went green on the dumbest move, and then it moves up a point, and then the contracts stay the same price. So the issue's not spreads, it's kind of more IV. IV and break even after very, very big moves. All right, you're moving up. You got to get above the level and then one more high, and then I think you'll be good until you hear from Trump. I think you get NVIDIA or you get like a big tech name really moving. Yeah, look, there's Microsoft to you. That's what you need right now. because they're all kind of still subdued. All right, coming back up. We're going green on one set. That's fucking crazy. Trump will be talking probably after the bell. They're like right near close, and we're going to hear a headline with Canada. Again, we got some more headlines there right now. That's what really caused this move. If you were here, you got it within seconds, baby. And then we have a press briefing in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes. So I don't know. If they delay, I'm not going to wait. So we might not be there. So get your membership. Otherwise, prepare accordingly. And then again, by 10 and 3, that's where you could kind of expect events. I don't know. He's not going to go live with Canada. I think you're just going to get updates. Or he'll maybe do a press briefing. MSOS, Trump invites proposal on weed legislation. Uh-oh. Yo, MSOS. I don't know. Who's MM? I can't confirm that source, but they're saying MSOS potential legalization up 8%. That's rumor, so plan accordingly. That's big, though. I can't verify that. I don't know what it is, but it's keep eyes on it. Usually any of the weed stuff is all faded, but if you actually get real legalization, I mean, that would be fire. Up 12. They might halt it. I've seen that thing halted before. I kind of like it, bro. I just hate every single weed one. It's already up 13. There's only one cheap one. It's already gone. Yeah, they're going crazy on those. What do you mean following leg missing? Dude, I am fucking up on every trade today. I've had so many fat fingers, bro. Okay, I grabbed one. I found a 1 penny. You know the vibes. I had a 1 penny on there. This one got timed too. And then SPY calls are going green, my friend. That's crazy. Actually, no. Yeah, just holding break even. Are you kidding me? Yeah, bro, that's ridiculous. So from here to here, the contract went up not even a penny. Yeah, I don't know, man. There you go. That makes more sense. Because I was telling you, I was like, we'd be here and it won't go green. Or it'll barely be green. And I think, although this seemed exciting, that's kind of what's happening. Yesterday, it kind of does, low key. Yeah, bro, premiums are fucking. Oh my goodness. All right, there you go. At least it makes sense. The premiums won't go higher now. So, yeah, they should have been rocketing here, but then again, they rocketed when they shouldn't have. It kind of makes sense. The close to the monies are working good, though. I mean, buy puts. I was saying look out for them just because I feel like the confirmation, but for now, it's even then, if the puts might be hard to get value on. You got to get in the money near it, or we need it. Like I've been saying all day, we got to get out of this 0.5 range. Otherwise, this is all what the market was kind of forecasting in a weird way. All right, again, these reds. Watch the premiums, though. But now they're kind of moving. I might, Okay. I took off one set of calls at break even. The ones that I was down on, I took them off because, again, I got a free one on that move, and I had one more. So, yeah, I sold one of those. AGI Palantir running. Yeah, weed stocks, there's a rumor about Trump inviting people to talk about legalization, which is good, but every weed rumor has had 0 legs in the last, 6 months. So I highly doubt it, but I was down. I found a 1 penny play. But yeah, I took one set of calls off because I had another cheap one that came back, but I got out of one at break even. Still holding. Where's China? So that's still holding. Again, I got another set. I'd be down to reposition, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to have too many calls. Because remember, we played both ways on them, so then I also have a NASDAQ. Where's that? That went green, so that one actually moved way better. Those SPYs, I didn't like how they were looking. I doubt them. MA on the high, MasterCard. Yeah, weed's already, again, it moved up 15 and then came down. Surprisingly, my option is up, but that's because what happens when you buy the 1 penny one with time. And then, dude, look at K-Web. You would have been in the money. We should have held those. That was fire. So, again, if you held those K-Webs from earlier the week, I sold them at 100%, but you should be in the money right now. Okay, SPY, one more again. And then 22 minutes, we get Catherine or Caroline Leavitt and the White House. Federal tax on weed. Was that yesterday? I think I told you guys on the State of the Union. I don't know. I don't think I told you guys live prior. But you guys know my friend, he has a smoke shop. Remember I told you guys about how when all the Zyn was selling out? Yeah, bro. Apparently, my homeboy's smoke shop, he makes thousands of dollars a month because they tip him. I was blown away. I was like, what do you mean? He said they tip, Habibi. So every time a mother effer buy a vape or a Zyn, and it says, like, would you like to leave a tip? He's making thousands of dollars a month off of tips. I never really realized. I'm like, who tips at a smoke shop? And I was like, what are you saying? And yeah, it's a big business. They're doing very, very good. All righty, man. You're running up. Unfortunately, they let the premiums run, and then they just hit the brakes on them. That's why I got out of it. I want the ones closer to the money. Those are the ones that you want to be holding right now. The out of the monies will run up, but not right now. They're not doing it. You need, like, this is too slow. You need it to end up higher, essentially. You tip a bartender, why not a bud tender? This isn't weed. This is like nicotine, but it's not like he fucking mixes up the vape juice in front of you and throws a lime in it and like spins it around his head and then packages it up and sells it to you. He's just handing you the fucking Chinese vape and at a 150% margin, and he just hands it to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ain't sprinkling the salt nick on his forearms and then trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, are you guys tipping out of shame? Do you feel guilty? What's going on? I didn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. Even he didn't understand it. It's his shop. And he's like, yeah, Habibi, I don't know. He said, white people love the tip. And I said, that's facts. That's facts. I don't think my dad knows what a tip is, to be honest. Yeah, bro, I'm going to punch this. I'm glad I sold that. That play will go up if we really melt up. But literally the last now 1.5 points, premiums haven't budged on out of the monies. Only thing moving right now is near the money, in the money. Take note. So it's the same lesson as the other day. Now Netflix, Amazon, that's exactly what we needed. K-Web going up too. What? Oh, that's a March 6th. That's why. Bonds are definitely the outlier today, yeah. Everything's up and now, again, though, we break above here, we melt up. Otherwise, back to 0.5. Now you're 0.5 on the upside, so you have moved 1% throughout the day, but, yeah, you see where you're at right now. What is it? ADUS? Okay, still holding up. I'm going to watch the premiums. Once those out the monies rocket up or die, that might be your signal. I'm going to bet on the market makers showing their hand because it's worked so far. Every time those premiums ran up or not, it kind of told you a little bit. And it was moving before the market moved. Trump and Trudeau spoke on Wednesday. CNN reporter on X. Yeah, I see that too. So that means the call is already done. The chart looks like Morse code for real. Okay, premiums kind of move. That's it. Just wait. Out of the money premiums rocket, you're going to go crazy. And again, right now, even on the put side, let me tell you right now, if you want to put, you have to get closer to the money. That's what today's is telling you. So unfortunately, those like 9, even the $20 ones aren't going to cut it. If it's $20 on the day, maybe. But if you're going to like March 7th, you're going to have to spend more than $20. Otherwise, you can move right back down, and I don't think you'll make that much money. Again, even from top to bottom, we made max 40, 50%, and then that got wiped, and then you didn't even get the... I sold out at break even. I just didn't want to lose my money because I'm like, those are shit. So keep that in mind. All right. Well, 15 more minutes. And then you're going to find your I think Catherine or Caroline is going to confirm everything. So you're going to hear what she says probably about the tariffs and all that. Actually makes a lot of sense. So you'll probably hear the update with tariffs, auto, and then Trudeau through Caroline, and then we'll see if we get Donald Trump at the end of the day. And then NASDAQ 0.6. The NASDAQ plays did a little better. QRSTUV. Oh, push-ups. We need them, bro. I need to do a plank. You're right. All right, coming down a little bit. W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my long-term portfolio. Okay, SPY's down to 23. So premiums dropped. Good, though. It's holding up decent, though. You're not out of the woods yet, but this is the melt-up zone if we could actually hold. MKL? The hell is this? 1900 Markel Group. Yeah, back down. I'm glad I got rid of those. Fucking scammers. I do know they changed the alphabet song. They did. They remixed the LMNOP. My girl showed me that. It was a trip. Okay. Premiums are holding down third. I'm using one of these as a place marker. This is a daily, though, or it expires tomorrow, not Friday. The Friday premiums are holding a little bit more. Very odd, but now you're kind of setting... It hasn't moved much. It moved more on this drop than even the low candle. Close to the money, up 20. Nice. That's what I was saying. That one is going to make you money on this shit, even if you come down. But after watching that, I was like, damn, because they went up way faster than I thought. And then right at the close, I'm like, okay, there you go. So just be mindful because These moves are big, 1%, but even if you capture it all, if it takes an hour, 2 hours, that doesn't pay out as much. So premium's climbing up a little. Now I know my long-term stocks. Next time, won't you save 10%? Here we go. I don't know yet, though. You got to get above the level. And then literally 10, 12 minutes, you're going to get it. Twinkle, twinkle, long-term stocks. How I wonder why it's at the top. Powell sucks. Trump is psycho. Inflation is high. And I don't know it right. Twinkle, twinkle, long-term stock. Okay, premiums, look at that. Premiums came back up 15% on that. So again, premiums are moving around, but I think I'm using that as my signal now. Little scare. That's big velocity. That's what I'm saying. Even the way it dropped and then they're coming up, it's hilarious. Micron. Yo, Micron pop a little bit. It's kind of a baby pop, but I ain't seen no chips go up like that. Trump might want a recession. I don't think Trump wants a recession. I don't think he's scared if it happened. But it's what I said today, and I think a lot of people just don't understand it. Borderline, Trump is willing to kill the stock market to save the bond market, which I approve of, and I hope you would too. It comes with a little bit of pain, but at the end of the day, this pain in the market bought us some time with the bond market, and I don't think a lot of people are acknowledging that. Because we were looking very, very bad not too long ago in January. So I'll take it, but that's what I think it is. I think if a recession saves the bond market, then wallah habibi, there you go. But I don't think it's a goal. I think the real outcome is save the bond market. All right, yo, look at that, bro. Yo, premiums jacked up now. That's the move. They wanted to fucking shake you out. The premiums literally just rocketed up 30%. I am now up. Fucking scammers, bro. I hate them. I'm glad I only moved one set. Yeah, now you're getting the melt up on the out of the monies. That's what I was saying. Now the premiums all of a sudden just went green. Like heavy green. That was just down 30 to down 15. Now they're leveling out, but now it's up 10. It went up 30, then back down to 15 and 10. But yeah, now your premiums are moving. Fuckers. Canada confirming. Barron's, yeah. Trump weighs exemptions. That's hitting Barron's now. I don't know if you saw another one on here, but that one, the Barron's article just hit. Fucking scammers. I'm not mad. I mean, we got the play going up, but I'm like, dude, the way that premium moved, absolutely insane. All right. And then get ready. 8 minutes, you're going to get the White House. Google, Microsoft. They are at the high right now. Market is market. Look at the high taker now, fully gassed. And like I told you from the morning earlier, this is where we could get into melt-up zone. So now you potentially could get to like 583 if this holds. You don't want this to reverse, but like I'm telling you now, these premiums are hitting. So if that could turn, that will be good. Fucking scammers, bro. I mean, I don't think a lot of people were expecting that. I think the premiums, though, that is really the thing that, like, tripped me out right there. Sorry, I'm just staring at these premiums. I'm trying to see. I'm looking for a gap. They're 10 to 20. NASDAQ ones moved a lot better. But that's it. You held above. I mean, you still could flush back below, but assuming we hold up, I like this. But then again, any comment can change it still. That, unfortunately, is the issue. Okay. A squeeze like yesterday, bro. But this is big moves now. You're above the 0.5. Again, Google and a couple of other tech names. But like I'm saying, the premiums are playing along now. And then now they're charging more for them. So I think it got a little bit more implication underneath the surface. $5.80. You kept the ad. Where is the MSOS? Look at Google. Google and Amazon. Weed's holding up, but dude, that was up 15. But every single one of the weed rumors have always faded. Okay, he's working, bro. He's fighting. He's fighting. I think you wait for the bad headline. It'll probably show up with Caroline. She's either going to have a very bad or a good one. This is what you're waiting for next. This is what I was saying, like, after we got the rumor again, and we got it early. I'm glad you guys were here. It was hard to play, even if we were early. Ended up making a couple 100% off that first one. Old plays all came back now, so do something with them. But then, like we said, when this came out, it was still similar news to the morning. So now we wait till this event, and then we'll either get a confirmation or not. I think it still could come down by end of the day, yeah. I don't disagree. I think it could still just come down. Yeah. I'm going to take off another set. I got the Qs. They went up 20%. I'm going to just take them now. I don't trust it. Because I still have one more set of calls now. And then I made one free, and I took the other one at break even. I kind of want to put. I'm not gonna lie. I got UVXY earlier. Those are only. See, those are only down 15 now. That's fucked. Because then now the puts are still expensive. They hate everybody. So I'm gonna just hold that. I'm gonna just trim on the way up. Just trim when it works in your favor. Well, I think it's true. But you just knew it in the morning. So Trump is gonna ease up on automakers. Like literally, Ford, GM, Toyota, Tesla were up 5%. What is this? Military aircraft to transport some migrants has been expensive and inefficient. Wall Street Journal has reported U.S. suspends deportation flights using military aircraft. All right, and then you're breaking out again. So going up on the way up, my brethren. 20% on the calls from the morning. The other ones are up now, too, if you kept them. I was a bitch, but they went up 20% now also. So all around 20%, 40% on the QQQ. Former Morgan Stanley banker Michael Grimes expected to lead U.S. sovereign wealth fund. Sovereign wealth fund to be financed by tariffs imposed on foreign countries. That's another set of good news. Not that it has tariffs, but they're talking sovereign wealth fund, a.k.a. Trump uses a bunch of money to start buying shit. Call between Trump and Trudeau lasted 50 minutes. Canadian source directly familiar with the conversation. I got you, baby. So that's coming out now. So before Caroline gets on, we're getting some details. They're saying it was 30 minutes. Commerce Secretary Lutnick and Vance were also on the Trump-Trudeau call. Canadian source. Coming out now. Trump and Trudeau discuss fentanyl and trade. So look, I'm getting the details now. Chances are you're going to hear this in 30 minutes, quote-unquote, live. But now the market's pricing it in. U.S. and Canadian sides will continue to hold discussions on Wednesday. So 30-minute call, JD and Lutnick. They talked fentanyl and trade, and they're going to have another call later today. These are all of your updates. SPY calls up 20%. What time is it? 10:01. Okay, you're going up. U.S. suspend. We already got that. And then I'm making another one. I'm not going SPY, but I did another play. Market loves peace. It's good. We're holding up here, which is great, but you need a little. You should be melting. And then again, we have Caroline, but yo, if this don't start to, if they don't start filling this up, I might have to leave you guys. We got Philo. So we'll see. But let me go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. And let's see where we're at when we come back.
18,000 right there. A few earnings reports to highlight on the consumer front this morning, moving in different directions. We have a gain in Foot Locker shares despite a mixed quarterly report, and a forecast that came in softer than expected, but its comparable store sales were better than expected. Those shares up 6%. Meanwhile, Abercrombie and Fitch and Campbell's Soup, each of those came out with earnings reports as well, and their forecast there led to some downside for Abercrombie and Fitch.
Starbucks tells corporate to step it up as part of turnaround.
Their forecast is showing
it's not moving, but you got a Wall Street Journal exclusive. Make no mistake, we're in a turnaround. Tells workers to step it up after layoffs.
The stock of the day right now is Novo
should give them
Nordisk,
caffeine.
the Danish drug-making giant, most known for Wegovy, Ozempic, those GLP-1 weight loss and diabetes drugs, is up 3.75% because it announced it is going to start offering Wegovy, its blockbuster drug on GLP-1s, at about half of the list cost through a direct-to-consumer online pharmacy. If it sounds familiar, Eli Lilly, a big competitor, did the same
I'm just
thing
trying to go.
Last year as well. So
Lutnick, it's old, but they're reiterating Trump leaning towards USMCA market exclusion from tariffs.
Turns around because of this news. I'll send things back over to you.
All right, Dom, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're breaking out more again. You're getting fed the same headlines.
Of auto tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
Okay, now they're talking about it.
It comes after a softer patch of economic data and some weakness in the stock market. Big miss on ADP this morning, with private companies adding just 77,000 new workers in Feb, about half of what was expected. My next guest says even if President Trump walks back his tariff plans, economic uncertainty will continue to grow. Here to explain is Stephen Davis, senior fellow at the Hoover Institution and creator of the Economic Policy Uncertainty Index, along with CNBC senior economics reporter Steve Leisman. Welcome to you both. Steve Leisman, will you just remind us a little bit about the significance? I see this index now cited everywhere.
Yeah, well, we've been tracking it for a long time, and I've known Steve Davis for quite a bit of time, and we talk about this. It's an index that looks at newspapers, looks at variances in economic forecast, looks at the tax code, I believe, also for changes there, for how much is stuff changing when it comes to economic policy. And I think Steve will talk eloquently about this, but the idea is it is correlated with things like stalling investment, or if things are not uncertain, increasing investment, as well as a certain underlying confidence people have to move ahead with key economic decisions.
And of course, we're seeing, people look at the investment numbers in GDP. It's kind of like softness everywhere. Stephen Davis, do you think that this is why? I mean, tell us more about what message your index is sending about growth right now.
Yes, it's definitely a contributing factor. So if we focus on the trade policy uncertainty piece, that's really skyrocketed since Donald Trump's reelection, and accounts for much of the increase in the overall policy uncertainty index that you just showed. It's worth think about what this means for the economy. We'd like businesses to focus on making better products, serving their customers, and creating good workplaces. Instead, they're trying to dodge the tornadoes coming from Washington, many of which involve trade policy. If these slapdash on again, off again tariff hikes stay in place, it means higher costs for businesses and higher prices for consumers. They are already prompting promises of retaliation from Canada and China to raise their tariffs on U.S. goods. Mexico says it will retaliate too.
What car is that?
That's bad news for U.S. export sectors.
I always like seeing your guys' cars when you got them on the profile.
Even if the tariff hikes are reversed, and this is to your point,
Oh,
they
Audi
contribute
man.
to an atmosphere of uncertainty that
got a lot of Audi guys
investment
in
and
here.
hiring. And that means fewer jobs for American workers. And one last point on this.
Calling you, man. Well, I
All of this
appreciate it, bro.
undermines
Good timing. We
trust
might have to
in the
move on over.
reliability of the U.S. as a trade partner. And that loss of trust undercuts the
All
willingness
right,
of
bro.
businesses, both American
So I guess the
businesses
first one,
and foreign businesses.
once
to
again, the
invest in
initial
US
calls
economy.
worked, but then
So
it was
it's
the
bad
later
news all the way
day
around, in my
catalyst
view.
that ended up driving them
Leisman,
up.
The president's style is very much to keep adversaries and even friends guessing. So it's obvious that if that's the way he's going to go about
there's going to be a short period of time where the high prices
whether it's foreign policy,
on certain items
policy,
following
otherwise,
tariffs.
we shouldn't expect a whole lot of clarity in the next
Need the
couple of
soothing
years.
voice, my bad man. I know.
No,
It's
but
good,
it
though.
would be nice if there were some economists around the president who gave him the concept of cost-benefit analysis, right? Which is that maybe you do get something out of the
Big Red
negotiating
now.
tactic, but what do you lose when it comes
That
to
could
the
have been
way you're
because
going
that
about this
Lutnick comment.
process? I think I
he
said
just
pretty
said
strongly
prices
yesterday,
will go up.
My objection is not with
April
the
2nd agenda is coming. So again, he said there's going to be pain or pressure, and then he says April 2nd, and then Starbucks reports of Italy getting cold feet over Musk.
The tariffs.
I don't know if that's enough to kill it. They just wanted to take away our 30% premium.
I talked to an executive at a car company yesterday. They said they didn't know.
That's exactly why. That's it. You would have got 30%.
Several times.
I don't even think we should be. Yeah, you're dumping on it now.
Nest upon each
so
other,
again,
such that
I already told you what to do with the puts.
Higher. What do we
I made a different play. If you
GM
remember, I was telling you a couple
next
minutes
model,
ago. I made a different play. It wasn't on the SPY, but it would protect
their cost
against
basis
this.
is going to be. So perhaps this is a strategy that works in negotiation, but I think that the cost of that strategy needs to be considered.
Yeah, you're dumping on that now. U.S. halts the deportation. That's a little older.
Even when
again, so pretty much Lutnick.
Things like bring back
Lutnick saying
to America. Who doesn't want that to happen?
There will be pressure, and then reiterating April 2nd.
And is there a cost?
I don't know if it's that bad. I think the market was just looking for an excuse to dump.
Or I'll call you Professor.
Because like I'm saying, it's not like this was the best set of news.
But it's been surprising to me the extent to which consumers seem to
have And then Trump posted on Truth Social outlining the call.
Confidence and spending.
He said it's gotten better, but I said that's not good enough. The call ended in a somewhat friendly manner. He was able to tell me when the election is taking place, which made me curious what's going on.
And so we are also facing this kind of
double barreled uncertainty. Trump posted on Truth Social,
and will those
and it doesn't sound as positive as people are making it out to be. Well, now that's why I held the other downside plays, and I made a different play to account for this. But yeah, bro, little fucking scammers. That's it. So I'm not pissed though. I'm glad I literally took my gains. I got one break even, 130%. And then now my other put plays are going to work. And then I got 20% on my other pseudo put play. But fuck them. This move was just, even the range today, this one's not it. This is just very tight still. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So like even that little red, you're like, but like, dude, this is still so tight. So yeah, it's not really like, let's just wait till we get the updates from here. But like I said, this is what I meant by wobbly. That's it. Like, little thing, you start moving up, and you're like, yeah, this is good. And then Lutnick makes, like, a pseudo-bad comment, generally the same. Then you're right back down. So we're just very wobbly right now, and that's why I'm like, it's going to be a difficult game. It's not going to be the easiest thing. Woogie, woogie, woogie. You guys know that song? You know Woogie, woogie, woogie? You have to really be a real one to know that. Trump told Trudeau fentanyl efforts were not good enough. So, yeah, that's part of it, too. The Trump Truth Social, it didn't give the vibe that it was as good as people thought. But wait till the follow-up, though. That's what I'm saying. The next comment, all of that, we will go from there. Woogie, woogie, woogie. They don't know. I know woogie, woogie. Netflix still going up. All right. Yeah, so how do you guys want to do this? I want to do Philo, but the market's really jumpy right now, and there's still a lot of you in here, so I feel bad. But I do want to go read my book. We had a good reading yesterday. Robin came right back up, baby. Right back up. I know, isn't GK, bro? He's a banger. Caroline was supposed to be at 10. It's already 10:12. So, I don't know. We're going to start reading when she talks. I might not, though. Interest rates will come. Bro, they're reiterating Lutnick's comments. I fucking hate them. That's a direct quote from 5 a.m. It's hitting the wire. Lutnick says rates will be smashing down. That's what he said in the morning. Well, either way. I get the non-members hear it. No, because I get punished for it. Because you got to realize, no matter what, when I ever start doing philo, people leave the channel, and it makes, to the algorithm thinks I'm offending everybody. So you have to realize it's so much better for my channel to end the video and start a new one, because then the momentum goes up instead of going down. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I'm not going to get punished for doing what I want. I would rather get paid and have algorithm rewards than not. Doesn't make any sense. Sad, but it makes a lot of sense. That's why I said I try to do even philos there. And then even the comments I get afterwards. So, unfortunately, that's a little bit of how I'm thinking. Caroline's going to go live. So, Caroline, given all the rumors and the amount of movement we had today, Caroline does have the potential to confirm something. Well, that being said, I think we got to do it, man. I think we got to do it. So, I love you all. God bless America. But I think we're going to move on over to philo. So, I will post it. It's members only. You will not be able to listen unless you are a member. So, we'll still do some stock stuff, but I'm going to be reading. And like I said, for momentum, and I just don't want to hear people yell at me to talk about stocks, because we'll track it all. We have all the headlines already, too. But if you guys want to be there, be there. If not, I'll probably be on before Power Hour. That has usually been when I have been getting back on here. So, we'll do it real quick. I'll see you there. Don't take it personally, and thank you if you have supported. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Ooh.